If you like the video, please consider supporting James Corp on Patreon. Hello everyone and welcome to week 3 of our Liminal game, or test chamber Liminal. Don't forget, if you're enjoying this at all, to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch and want to support the channel, do hit that follow button. That's nice. And if you're feeling particularly spicy, you can hit that subscribe button, especially if you have Amazon Prime and you're not putting it to use. You can subscribe to a channel every month completely free if you do Amazon Prime. And not many people do it because you have to keep doing it every month. You have to keep coming back, which is a bit bloody annoying, but I guess it's a sneaky way that they don't have to pay people. But anyway, we're going to go around the table and get people to introduce themselves in a moment. But first, we have hit 700 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know how fucking long it took to get from 600 to 700. I don't know how I find out. I need to find out, but it feels like forever. And what I'm going to be doing is a giveaway, but I haven't decided on what I'm going to be giving away. It might be a copy of Aliens, the RPG, and a copy of Liminal, to basically cover the games that we've played so far on Test Chamber. But that will be its own video on YouTube, but it won't be done just yet. I'll probably do it at the end of the month. But yeah, just keep your eyes out. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you've liked it and you've hit that bell icon to get notifications, and then you'll see it go live. I've got Natalie and Neil round the wrong way. That's fixed. I fixed it. Don't you, eh? Shh. No one noticed a thing. Bollocks. Right, okay. Well, I've had a long weekend, alright? So yeah, I'm playing a gentleman called Samuel Laker. He's a thief who basically got caught red-handed by the patron of the group that I now work for. He basically got forced into working for them to basically learn how to do magic. He's always had an ability to see slightly in the future, I guess. He didn't understand how it worked or why it worked, but I guess he is learning how to control his ability, I guess would be the term. Dr. K. Moore thinks he's a fucking idiot, but maybe not anymore, because, you know, he's surprised. He definitely caused some surprises last week with some of his logical faults that he went through, mainly because he's been watching too much of Time Team. But yeah, that's pretty much Samuel Laker. Ryan.
Hey, my name is Ryan. I am playing our resident werewolf, Vic Jameson. I don't have a whole lot of patience for all this bookwormy crap, especially when Dr. Kane Moore just flipping through books saying, nope. So, or his unwillingness to dust said books. So yeah, looking forward to playing this week. I'm excited to see what happens with this potential ghost realm and the ghost rock thing.
Thank you. Natalie?
Hi, my name's Natalie. I'm playing Charlie Stevens in the crew. I'm a vet turned investigator. I also act as the crew's medic. And I'm just sort of mostly slightly exasperated by getting in between a bunch of sort of testosterone-filled blokes and wolves. And just trying to keep things sort of slightly less bickery.
Cool. Neil?
Hi, my name's Neil. I'll be playing Dr. Kane Moore, Cambridge University's first professor and chair of paranormal studies. I just want to put the record straight. I know that Samuel is a fucking idiot. I don't think that he is. And it's not testosterone-fueled bickering. It's the fact that I'm right and everybody else is wrong. As you can tell, Kane is a little bit arrogant, a little bit sure of his own knowledge, and there's an amateur magician thinks he can you can hang with the big boys. Clearly he can't, but hey-ho, let's see how that goes.
And last but not least, is it called a Games Master in this game? I can't remember. Is it just Games Master? I assume it is, isn't it? Our Games Master, Sue.
Yeah, I'm Sue. I am GMing this adventure. I have no idea what this lot are going to do next.
Have we thrown many curveballs at you then?
Not really.
Right.
But this is the first group so far to actually take a decent look at the Postern gate before it became very, very necessary to do so.
That's because of time team. That's why.
If we're not throwing our very many curveballs, we're going to have to try harder.
Yeah. Well, I think we could have done if Kane had insisted on jumping through the portal last week. Although I guess it could have just not been open.
Well, allegedly, Dr. Kane Moore is a man of action with his book of doors.
So I think we were on the brink of examining the mundane things that are CCTV and the rather less mundane magical sort of memory of objects. Was that right?
Yeah, I was going to do what's it called?
Divination?
Brilliant, James. Yeah, divination on the old rock. If that's possible. And yeah, the other guy, the other lot, because I think it takes me about an hour, right? I think, roughly. Is that right? Yeah. So while I'm pissing around with touching up a rock, everyone else is going to go look at some video footage to see who broke it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be looking at the video footage. But Sue, is there a vending machine around?
Yeah, there's also a Starbucks.
Okay. No, I'm more interested in the vending machine. I'm a little peckish, so I'm going to grab a thing of Scampi fries.
Right, let's see you try one. Let's see your face either go fucking like rancid or not. This is
so for those of you who don't know, this is literally my first ever try on Scampi fries. So hopefully I'm not allergic. I got the cat's attention.
Probably because they smell of fish.
Vinegary. Not bad.
They just taste like salt and vinegar, right? In my opinion. Maybe it's slightly a bit fishier.
Yeah, and yeah, it starts off vinegary and then it has kind of has an aftertaste that really goes well. They're not bad. I'm glad I didn't order the 24 pack because it was either 24 or 3.
How much did you pay?
More than I'll admit to.
Can't be many people who want them sent.
I could have sent them.
No, they're not bad. They're not bad.
Right. Anyway, Sue.
So who is heading where to do what?
I'm gonna go along for the CCTV. I think that's rather more my wheelhouse. I'm guessing Neil might stay with. Sorry, not Neil. Kane might stay with Sam.
I will, just in case he messes up and creates some sort of strange warp that destroys the world.
So I think we will follow up the CCTV line first. Brittany is obviously very willing to help out with that, and also looking quite embarrassed at this point.
Don't worry about it.
Well, it's the look of the thing. My
Just
whole reason
remember,
for being here was to make sure nothing bad happened to the artifacts, and now one of them's gone.
just remember, the crime of the century is the one nobody knows about. I forget who said that. So we know about it. This isn't the crime of the century. Let's just focus on the footage and get it back, huh?
Yes, let's do that. So whoever is going to look at the cameras, she leads you off into a separate office. Here we are. I haven't really looked at this properly.
Well, it didn't look like anything had gone really, so why would you?
Yeah, we thought it was just some weirdo coming in to stare at things.
Well, let's let's just watch the footage. Do you know approximately what time? Because I don't want to watch 10 hours with a video if I don't have to.
Yeah, I know roughly when it was.
All right.
So she spends a bit of time loading up the relevant video, finding the right point to start it at, and presses play. And then on the cameras, you can see a hooded figure come into the building.
Any sort of, height, vague idea, anything striking other than the fact that we can barely make out who it is, I imagine.
Yeah, it's not particularly great footage.
Fair enough.
You would
All right.
probably
I've
be
s-
able to get a rough idea of their height. I'd say around 5'10" or 11.
So I've seen several crime TV shows.
Don't we just zoom in?
Can't we enhance this? Now realize the player knows full well we can't, but the character doesn't. Can't we enhance this? Do you have any infrared? Anything other than just this thing?
Oh, not on a British National Railway budget, no.
Fair
So,
enough.
so do we watch anything? Is there anything odd about the gate, or just anything at all? So anything apart from height? Anything unusual about the cloak? Any markings or colour that seems odd?
Yeah, I think this seems like a good time for an awareness roll.
Okay. Dum, 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 dum. I rolled a miserable 6, which is quite impressive. And Vic got 9.
Is that a success?
Mine
how
is a
does-
success.
How do the mechanics work in this, Sue? Just for those who aren't just hitting like an auto dice roller.
People are rolling a 2d6 plus their skill level, and most of the time 8 is going to be a success.
Oh, okay. So
Something
Vic
particularly
could have,
difficult, there might be a higher target number.
and you can spend something to increase the roll, right?
Yes, you can spend will points.
Right.
But since one of the two characters has succeeded, no need for that on this occasion.
Cool. Very simple system.
Hey, what do you see on the block? Sue, fill in the block.
Yeah, so from the way this person walks, you're reasonably sure that it's going to be a man. And also there's some writing on the hooded sweatshirt they're wearing.
Yep.
What's the writing?
Can't quite make out the first word, but the second one is university. And there's a crest. And while you wouldn't necessarily recognize it yourself, you suspect that your academic friend is probably going to have a comprehensive knowledge of university crests.
I mean, I have
University in
bookworm.
Toronto.
I don't know if I might recognise it once it's pointed out to me.
Yeah, once it's pointed out, you can make a roll to try and identify it.
So would that be education?
Yeah.
See,
Definitely the appropriate skill for recognizing university logos.
right. Is that bookworm or not really? Just education or?
I think it would just about qualify here.
Okay, so I have to say it's +2 because that's my bookworm.
Don't put the plus sign in, or it'll.
Just put 2.
Okay, just 2. Okay.
Yeah. It's different if it's a minus. Oh, look at that. What was that? What was that roll?
Well, I've got an education of 2 and bookworm 2. So.
Yeah, so that is a 12.
Yep.
And not quite a critical, but then you don't need a critical at this point. So you recognise that as the logo for Cardiff University.
Mm. Now, Cardiff rings a vague bell. Was there mention of Cardiff before? Or am I just completely imagining that?
I don't think I've mentioned it.
Okay, fine. It's probably just something I read in the factions. Okay. Mm.
Turns out it's a Doctor Who fan who wants to actually time travel.
That's probably what Cardiff is most known for.
Okay, so we've got probably a Cardiff University male student. of some sort.
Just somebody who owns the sweatshirt. I mean,
That is true.
College sports are a thing.
And not really over here, they're not.
Yeah, not.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
not-
Nobody
cool.
cares.
All right, so college student parents are a thing.
Wearing stuff from someone else's university is not a thing we do over here.
So what she said is probably more accurate than if it was over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
chances of someone who's not a student at Cardiff wearing anything Cardiff University branded is minimal.
And Cardiff's not like super prestigious either, so I guess you might get people wearing Oxford and Cambridge ones to see, because of the kudos or potential kudos, or they might be a tourist who's bought it, but I don't think there's a big tourist industry in Cardiff University sweatshirts.
So we got someone from Cardiff. This makes no sense. Why Cardiff University?
So you're not learning a great deal else from the CCTV. You can see him go over the display case. But obviously the case itself looks exactly the same before and afterwards. He clearly knew what he was doing.
Okay. And then I'll watch a little bit before. I'd like to rewind it a little bit before and then a little bit after, just to make sure that we're not missing anything.
Yeah, there's nothing particularly going on before or after. This was in the middle of the night while the station was pretty much closed.
Okay, well, I guess we wander back to see what the other guys are up to and whether they've got anywhere. Could we keep a copy of it? Is that something we can do?
Yeah, Brittany says she can download the relevant bit and make you a copy. So back in the exhibition.
I think all I've got to do is touch it, right? I don't think there's much else to it. I still need to get the London book.
Of course you do. Come on then, Samuel. Let's get on with this divination. We need to see what we're doing.
Right.
This is your time to shine, young man.
Divine grants information. Right. In games mechanics, all forms of divination work the same way. You need time to prepare a divination, usually at least an hour. After preparation, state what you seek to find out about and spend 2 or more will points and make a law test. So what do we need to find out? What sort of questions can I actually ask?
I mean, I think what we want to find out is who stole it.
Yeah. All right. That is definitely the answer that I seek. Who fucking stole this rock? So rule 2, so there's 3 different levels, right?
Yep.
Such a will learn only general information, and the object of the divination cannot be too obscure. What you seek must be known by more than 13 people. There's a reason a secret cabal have a maximum size when it comes to the inner circle. What does that mean? Rule 4, challenge level 10. At this level, you can use the divination to learn general information which is secret or obscure, being known by 13 or fewer people. You can also learn specific information which is known by more than 13 people. And then rule 6, challenge level 12. At this level, your divination can unearth information which is both obscure and specific. What level would it be, Sue?
Well, who stole the stone is definitely known by fewer than 13 people.
All right.
And it's going to come down to how specific the information you want to have about it.
Right. Well, I'd like to know exactly who stole it.
That is going to be very specific, so that will be the 3rd level.
All right, so that's going to cost me 6 willpower. Well, fuck me.
Wow.
And you're going to need to get a 12.
Okay, wish me luck.
Look.
Right, so current, so it knocks me down to 2 will. Oh, watch this all go horribly wrong, and I've got no fucking additional adding-ons for it neither. Right, here we go. No modifiers. I've got 11.
Oh, so close.
Can I spend a willpower to bump it up to 12?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm down to 1 willpower.
stuff. So what can you see, Samuel?
Uh-oh.
What does your sight beyond sight tell us of what has transpired in the past?
What's it called? Fucking hell. Yeah, so yeah. Eyes of not Fundera, is it? Is it Fundera? I know you're quoting fucking Thundercats. I can't remember the. Never mind.
What on earth makes you think I have ever watched Thundercats?
Sight beyond sight. Anyway, so
All the
yes,
things
you-
I would
you
do
get
if my
an-
character was there.
You get an image of a face. It's a young man. He looks about 20 or so years old. And you get a name, which is Eli Cole.
I have a name and a face. His name is Eli Cole, and can I roughly draw his face on a piece of paper?
Yeah, I think make
I've
an
got-
art roll to see
I've
how
got
convincing it is.
Oh god, here we go.
I think if you pass this, it will be
I've
a,
got a 5. It's a stick
It's a
figure.
stick man.
it's a terrible picture.
Well, he should be exceptionally easy to find, Samuel, if his face is completely round, with 2 round eyes, and a big semicircular smile, and 3 hairs growing out the top of his head.
Well, he's not wearing a skirt, so we know he's a man.
Well, I think the name might also be
Stop
useful.
that comment, Samuel. But we have a name, and the names are good.
Fuck me, Jesus Christ.
I will say this: you made the roll that counted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what was his name? Eli Cole.
Eli Cole. Let's
And when we
return
get
to
back,
our
you'll know
friends.
which university he's likely to be at as well.
So you're telling me that he's from a university. Which university is he from?
Are we back? Yeah, he's from Cardiff University, we reckon, from judging from us. We just about make one up out on the sweatshirt. We've got a, if you want, we'll show you the video when we get back, but I'm fairly sure it's Cardiff.
I'm pretty sure I can. I'm a professor from Cambridge University now, Charlie. I can ring up Cardiff University and ask them about a student who's I desire a transcript of, and I'm sure I'll be able to persuade them to give us some details.
I would think.
He looks like this.
Yeah, God.
Maybe don't mention that.
Yeah, I'll ring through to Cardiff University and do my best blag. As
Can I
you know who I am.
can I just put his name, search for his name in Facebook? I can't imagine it being a particularly common name. And if not Facebook, I'll check on Instagram.
Not sure which social media is the popular one amongst 20-year-olds at the moment, but
Both, I still
sure-
think both
sure
are
searching
pretty...
them will find one of them.
Okay, he looks like this.
Oh, not like a deranged stick man then.
No, I've
Cardiff
got the
clearly has
nose
some
right.
excellent. Cardiff clearly has some excellent plastic surgeons. Managed to save his face.
Oh man, I think I have to put my art up. I think I'm gonna have to get better at art.
Is there anything on his bio on social media?
It might be private. I don't know, but you
Yeah, I
can
don't
generally
know.
see. You might be able to see a couple of pictures if you're not friends with him.
Yeah, it depends how careful he is. I'm
Yeah,
always
there's a
surprised
couple of
how many
pictures.
people don't seem to care.
Yeah, there's a couple of pictures, but besides that, he's pretty much keeping to himself.
Okay, can we get any metadata off the pictures, like where they were taken or anything?
I don't know if Facebook holds on to that kind of information.
I don't either. I think it didn't use to strip them out, but I think it might now. I'm not sure.
When's
If
the
there's
game
data,
set?
Facebook hangs on to it. Whether or not we can get to it is a different question.
Anything in the background that looks useful, or any public information that might be useful to us for hacking, like his birth date or anything?
Yeah, it does have his birthday on there.
Cool.
Oh,
Can send him a card.
Yeah, I was more thinking password, but you know.
right.
Am I on hold with the university?
Yep, they will get to you in a minute.
Does he have a username that seems to pop up anywhere else?
No, he seems to be not overly online. For a
Fair
young
enough.
person. That's yeah, the university answer. He seemed quite surprised to hear from you.
Say, excellent. Good morning. My name is Dr. Kane Moore of Cambridge University. I'm looking for you to extend a little favour to me. We've been getting an inquiry from a student of yours, an Eli Cole, and we're looking to maybe he's interested in corresponding with us and getting some papers and things like that. We're just wondering about some details of him. I wonder if you could send me a transcript or some more information about him, please.
Yes, I think we can do that. That's Eli Cole, second year history.
Excellent. Does Mr. Cole live around Northampton? I seem to remember him messaging. He's mentioned it at some point in time.
I don't believe so. I think he's Welsh. And he'll be in student accommodation of some kind at the moment.
Ah, excellent. You wouldn't happen to have a telephone number for him, would you, so I can contact him?
Yes, I think we do.
University's ignoring GDPR since it was invented.
Yep. So she reads you off a phone number.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your help. It's most gracious of you.
No problem.
So 2 weeks ago, were we in university term time or was it the holidays? I mean, where are we?
Well,
Yeah, it's kind of borderline, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're kind of mid to late October, so they'd probably have been just about starting.
Okay. So it might have been a last hurrah before going back to university. Or it might have been they left.
You weren't one of the people that helped dig, right? You weren't someone on the dig site, was he?
Oh, he could have been, couldn't he?
Ah, it's a very good point. Once again, Samuel, clawing it back.
And the other thing is, we could actually investigate who the archaeology team were from. I guess Brittany may know. I might wander off and ask that at some point.
Well, Brittany is hanging around because she's quite keen to know what you lot are up to.
Well, I'll ask Brittany. Do we have a list of do you have a list of people that worked on the diggings on the actual archaeologist site? Like
yes, we do.
Can you
I think there were some university students.
Was there an Isaac?
Eli.
I'll get it wrong as soon as I get the information. Eli Cole in that list.
She's pulling up a list on her phone. No, there's no Eli Cole, but there were some students from Cardiff.
Oh, okay. And were they attached to a student society or a department?
Well, yes, they'd have been attached to the archaeological department. I should note out of character, I have no idea if Cardiff offers history or archaeology courses.
Let's guess they do.
Liminal Cardiff does.
Yes.
Yeah, Sue's Liminal Cardiff absolutely does. It also offers clown school.
No, that's too horrible to contemplate.
I think that Kane may consider that anything that's not Oxbridge is clown school anyway by default.
Oxbridge, you say? Just Bridge.
Just Cambridge. I'm a Cambridge man.
So we had students from Cardiff, but none of them were Eli.
That's
Not to say he couldn't have come along, like.
Quite. Or they might have been talking down the pub as well.
Yeah.
About the interesting thing that they found. Brittany, do you remember? Did you interact with the archaeologists at all? Did you ever Did they keep themselves very separate, or did they come and chat to you and the other people from the museum? Who was organising them? Was that done through the building contractors, or?
Oh, well, it was nothing to do with us.
Right.
I've just been keeping an eye on things on behalf of the Castellans.
Fair enough.
I say we're not archaeologists. We're metaphysical historians. I think that's our official titles.
And were there any local archaeologists who worked with them that we could perhaps talk to? Do you know?
I'm afraid I don't know if any of them were local.
Okay. And they were employed by the construction company, were they?
Yes, well, standard emergency procedure, I believe. Well,
right.
I say emergency. It's not like they didn't know they were going to do it.
Quite. What did they do? Sorry, was there something that they weren't expecting to do? It wasn't planned.
Oh no, this was all planned.
Oh right, okay.
It's just normally when you go and dig up a building site and find ancient remains, they're not expecting it. Whereas of course we were here because we know the castle's down there.
Yeah.
I could always ring him up.
What, the construction company?
No, Eli.
No, I would. You don't want to scare him off just yet, right? We want to figure out.
Yeah. Is it a mobile number or a landline, Sue?
It's a landline.
Is it for Cardiff area? If
Yes,
we
it
check
is.
the dial code.
What student has a landline?
Sue's
One.
Cardiff Liminal game.
I think we've definitely found our time traveller. Okie dokie.
But it could be his parents' house or something that they have as a contact phone number.
I could always ring up and see whether there's anybody knows where he is. That'll work. Yeah, I'm gonna ring the number, see who answers.
Okay, the phone is answered. It's a woman's voice. She sounds. She's got a very strong Welsh accent, which I will not be attempting to reproduce because it would be upsetting for everyone.
I'm going to quickly write on my phone and say, and hold it up to Dr. K. Moore. Mention the grant. It will be written. Mention the grant that Eli. Is it Eli?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, good morning. My name's Dr. Kane Moore of Cambridge University. I was wondering if I could speak to Eli.
Oh, I'm afraid he's not in at the moment. He's out at lectures.
Oh, that's a shame. When he returns, excuse me, who am I talking to?
Oh, this is Mary, one of his housemates.
Oh, hello, Mary. I wonder if you could take some notes, please. I'm interested in, we've been reading some of Eli's papers, and we've identified him as somebody who could be offered a grant from Cambridge University to continue his studies. So I wonder if you could just take my number and get him to ring me back as soon as possible. It is time limited, unfortunately. You know what it is, government funding and such.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sure he'll be very pleased.
Yes.
She sounds incredibly jealous.
Eli, he has some interest in the archaeological, does he not?
He's more on the history side of things.
History.
I don't think he likes getting his hands dirty.
Well, who does?
Well, I do.
Oh. And what do you like getting your hands dirty with?
Oh,
Fuck me.
I'm studying to be an archaeologist.
Oh, you're an archaeologist. Well, that's very interesting. Have you done many digs?
Well, not many, but I did the one in Northampton a few weeks ago.
Did you now? I happen to be studying Northampton at this very moment. The coincidence is remarkable. Was this at the castle?
Yes. How did you know?
I am a professor at Cambridge University. It's my job to know things.
Do you want to see some doors?
super good doors. And how did you find the dig?
It's very exciting. We found all kinds of interesting pieces of stonework.
From the old castle?
Oh, that's right.
Well, that's excellent. And what did you do with them? I hope you catalogued them.
Oh, absolutely. Huge, great lists.
Huge, great lists.
Yeah,
That's
all of the strata properly recorded.
you
I think
clearly.
I'm holding up a note as well that goes, Wardstone, who found it?
Yes, you weren't lucky enough to find like one of the the major stones of the site. They have the Wardstone on display in the actual museum of the station. I was wondering around it this morning. You didn't find that, did you?
Is it called the Wardstone? Is that what they're calling it at the university, at the museum? Oh.
She seems a little confused by the name Wardstone. Do you mean the big carved one?
Yes, dear, yes. When you get to third year, you'll learn what they're called.
Right, yes. Yeah, I didn't find that one myself. That was the team lead, but I did take some pictures.
Oh, fantastic. Well done. And continue with your studies. And if you get Eli to speak to me later on, that would be fantastic. And you never know. We may be looking for other students from your area as well. So keep studying.
Hey, you didn't know what a Wardstone is. So
You didn't know what Wardstone was, so on your way. Yeah. Excellent. Right. Oh, well. I'll have put the phone down now.
Yep.
Okay, so it was did you have it on speaker? Just out of interest.
Yeah.
So we know the team lead found it, but she took photos, so she could have shown them to Eli, even if he wasn't there.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
So when we saw the illusion of the Wardstone, is that really obviously a ward for anyone who knows anything?
I would assume that the Wardstone marked with a mass ward to ward a ghost domain would appear as to somebody with the sight as magical.
And it definitely looked unusual.
I think the one thing that we're either not seeing or have missed out slightly is the fact that somebody cast the illusion.
Yeah.
And as Eli was the person who stole it, I think we can make the assumption that Eli is gifted in magic.
Yeah. Yeah, because, unless someone's managed to make themselves invisible on the video, it looked like he was on his own.
Or he's just a pawn, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could have a prepared illusion and carry it in. Could you?
But Occam's razor.
Yeah.
Chances are he's the person who cast the illusion.
Honestly, let's pursue this, but I think we should be very careful. The Council of Merlin has the hands in many different colleges, and I imagine this is one of them. Agree or disagree?
Could be. Certainly worth considering.
Okay. So we have a second-year history student who may be promising, may not be, we don't know yet, who stumbled into things in the hidden world in his studies, started to get into magic, and maybe the Council of Merlin has been assisting or helping this young man.
But why?
I think we have to I don't know. Maybe they find him. I don't know. I'm just saying we have to proceed very carefully because there could be many different things going on that are not visible to us at this time. As it is, we still have to go into a ghost realm, which is dangerous in itself.
Yeah, I mean, surely anyone, really knowledgeable about the occult would know that it would destabilize the area if they removed it. I mean, whether that's an intention or not, I don't know, or whether they just wanted the wardstone for some other reason.
Maybe they just want to see the world burn.
Some people do.
I think that having a formal society of mages like the Castellans, who seem to be very well set up and established, and certainly our mentor was aware, our patron was aware of them and able to contact them, which would make me feel that they were nearer to the council than were to the collegium. The chances of then the council trying to disrupt a reasonably sensible, stable group of mages would be minimal. It's not impossible, they're the council, but minimal. Far more likely that we've got some rogue gutter mage trying to do away with something.
Yes,
it still doesn't explain why Becky got yanked into the ghost realms, but we're going to have to go into the ghost realm to find out.
But I mean, it might have just been wrong place, wrong time, mightn't it?
Might have been, but then there's no reason why the spirits are still pursuing her.
Well, maybe they just are pissed off that she's left.
Possibly. Seems like quite a specific bit of pissy offitude.
True, but they don't like you leaving.
No.
So what's our next step then?
Well, we could jump in the mystery mobile and head off to Cardiff, or we could wait to see if Eli rings us back. But I don't know if it's worth doing a bit of digging into the history course and the archaeologists, or we could find out who found the wardstone originally by contacting the
into this position in the first place.
Yes, I
What did you
think
say,
we
Neil?
need to. I think we need to find Eli Cole and see what he was really doing.
Yeah, but
We
he's
just
in
have to be
Cardiff.
very careful.
We're like outside of London, like slightly north of London. That's going to be a fucking trek.
I don't know if we can lure him with an interview, get him to do the but he might be a bit suspicious of his interviews in Northampton. Oxford's quite nearby though, so I don't know if he'd be fooled by that. I know, but
Well, Cambridge is just up the road as well.
Yeah, but Oxford would be closer to Cardiff.
Yeah, but Dr. Moore phoned up saying he was from
Cambridge
University. It'd be a bit weird getting a phone call from Cambridge and then going to Oxford for an interview, right? Wouldn't that not be a bit alarm belly?
Oh, he may just think it's some weird reciprocal agreement.
The other thing is we could try something completely different. We've assumed that Eli's taken the stone, but it could have been that he's fenced it here in Northampton. Well, there's somebody in Northampton that could actually have got him to steal it. Well, so do any of us have any underground contacts or people on the wrong side of the street that might know about these things?
I've no idea. I think we're all above board, right?
So in my past, when I was with the werewolf pack, would I maybe have a contact? There's nothing on my character sheet saying I do.
You were going to seek out some underworld contacts to see whether the stone was still here in order to head us off having to make a road trip to Cardiff.
Okay.
Well, the toll's expensive.
Oh, sure. I'll play some calls. I assume I've got some contacts somewhere, otherwise I wouldn't be able to palm my shit off, right? When I used to get it.
And I reckon with 2 in Streetwise, Vic probably has some contacts as well. However, it would occur to you that perhaps coming all the way from Cardiff to Northampton to do a theft and then immediately sell the rock might be a bit of a weird thing to do.
I also want to know how a student managed to break into a property.
It's amazing what a bit of magic will do.
Can I check? Can we see how he breaks in before I do anything? Let's see if I can see. Does he lockpick his way in? Does he just smash
Brittany.
and grab?
Well, yeah, we've got the copy of the whole of his arrival, but I don't know what camera coverage they have. So, but we have got a copy.
Brittany, on the day of the theft, was it determined how the assailant entered?
Yes, he broke a window. Well, I say a window. Maybe those huge glass panes weren't such a great idea.
Makes sense. All right, thank you.
What a fucking amateur.
No subtlety. These youngsters.
Binge culture all over.
So, when you say large panes, is this like the enormous glass panes? Did they drive a car through them or something?
And not the enormous ones with the picture of the old castle on, a smaller bit.
Right.
I think we can gather from that Eli is not a consummate pilferer of goods, is he? He's more of your common smash and grab merchant.
Did we ascertain last week or not whether if you look at a photo of something that you can see things in the site? I can't remember.
Yeah,
we were talking about
you can't look. You can't see anything.
Okay, so he'd recognise the carving, but he wouldn't be able to see anything magical directly. But if the carving itself is a ward, presumably he'd recognise it if he was shown it by Mary, who answered the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
right, I'll place some calls and see if I can get any information. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'll go try and find a payphone.
Because you don't have a mobile.
That's an amateurish job to do, is to use a mobile phone.
Well, you just put a new SIM in, surely.
Yeah, but you'd have to get a burner phone, and they're now really hard to get. So I'm going to try and find a payphone. There's probably one in here in the station.
I wouldn't count on it. Not that I've checked recently.
Okay, I'm Googling it. I'll Google where there's a closest payphone. Closest. Oh, God, I put closest. Oh, no, people can see me Googling. Right, move that over there.
So you're going on to your cell phone and you're saying, where can I find the nearest phone?
Samuel, here is my mobile phone. Use my mobile phone. If there's any repercussions from Big Sid down at the club, then I'll face them full on. It's okay. Watching you try to use technology upsets me. It really does.
Meanwhile, we're still half hoping that Eli will call back on the same phone that you've just handed to Samuel.
You two never cease to amuse me.
Fucking hell, why does it put me in Ealing? Why does it put me there? Why does it put me in London? Is that the closest payphone?
Quite possibly.
Oh my... Okay, I'll just use my mobile. Whatever, fucking hell. Alright, I'll phone round. Do I need to roll like Streetwise to see if I can get... What do I need to do? So how does it work?
Yeah, make a Streetwise roll.
Awesome. No modifiers because I've got... Oh, I've got 14. What's that?
Well, that will tell you that literally nobody on the underground magic scene in Northampton has any idea what you're talking about regarding the theft of a magic rock.
Okay. Did they hear anyone, any news about this break-in at the train station at all?
No, they seem pretty much unaware of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no one is claiming responsibility.
Right then. Well, it seems.
Road trip.
Yes, if we need to get the ward stone in order to go into the ghost realm, in order to close the realm off, in order to stop these incursions, and it appears the only person who knows where that is currently in Cardiff, sat through an interminable second-year lecture about the fall of the Weimar Republic, then we must go and rescue the lad from his boredom. To the investigation mobile, or whatever nonsense we're calling our van.
The mystery mobile.
I have to ask, Kane, what do you teach?
They've yet to allocate me an actual teaching schedule. I'm more on the research side.
Uh-huh.
It's all to do with the rep, if you must know. What I will do, my friend, is I will talk to you about university research funding as we're going to Cardiff.
Yay! And who?
There will be a test at the end.
Right, I'm gonna.
I
get
curl
some
up into a
shut-eye.
ball and fall asleep in the back of the mystery mobile after 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 4
Yeah, I
seconds.
figure that's about as long as I can deal with Kane's lecture.
It's all about doors through history. They don't make doors like they used to.
Having scintillating differentiation between 4-star and 1-star journals. There you go.
Yay! I'm just making sure we're well stocked up and snacks, and that we stop regularly.
Because we can't, because our expenses don't stretch to motorway food. Although if we do get one of those that leaves a little bowl of water outside, it's all good.
It's been over an hour, and that's the first dog joke. I'm impressed.
Okay, so Cardiff University and the sat nav, off we go.
Yep. So about 3 hours later.
That is it. Decent time.
Well, we started first thing in the morning, so it's probably mid to late afternoon now.
Yeah, you'd have missed the worst of the traffic.
Pulling into Cardiff, and I'm just going, and that is why it's so important to be published.
Are we there yet?
Fucking it was 5 hours and 50 minutes according to Google.
From Northampton.
Yep, from Northampton to Cardiff is. Oh, that's by public transport.
Yeah.
Brum brum Cardiff.
I was going to say it seemed a little
Two-
unlikely.
2 hours and 44 minutes.
Kane, that was the most riveting 12-hour lecture I've ever heard.
Well, if you like them, I could do a correspondence course with you.
Please don't. I don't know if I've got the capacity to learn anymore.
Well,
So
how
we've got
about I
his
teach you self-defense then? Talking to Kane.
Yeah, well, he could just bore his students into submission.
None of you appreciate me. How is Cardiff this fine day?
It's a lovely day in Cardiff. And not my normal experience of Wales, but today it's actually lovely.
All good. Well, I guess it might be worth finding out. Is it worth ringing his digs again to see if he's come back yet?
Yeah, why not? Why not? He hasn't answered me, the ungrateful sod. So
Yeah, free money.
I'll ring up his house again.
Well, you could claim that you're at a conference in Cardiff, couldn't you?
Yeah, I did just claim I was in Northampton beforehand. It's, the amazing teleporting professor, but there you go.
Oh, there is that.
Hello, is Kane there? No, yes, not Kane, Eli.
Yeah, you get Mary on the phone again. Hello again. Yeah, he's just got home. I just gave him your message. He was talking about phoning you.
Ah, excellent. Well, luckily I phoned him.
Right, I'll put him on the phone. And very shortly afterwards, you get a young man on the phone. He also sounds Welsh. Again, I will not attempt that accent. Hello?
Ah, yes. Good afternoon. Is that Eli Cole?
That's right. Mary said you called earlier.
Yes, my name's Moore, Professor Moore, of Cambridge University. And I'd very much like you, where do I start? Some of your professors shared some of your work with us at a conference, and I was particularly interested in some of the things that you'd written. And we were wondering whether you'd be interested in an interim grant to extend your studies and maybe do some work with us during the summer.
A grant, you say?
A grant, yes, not a loan. Nothing so gauche as a loan from us, no, a grant of actual money, £20,000.
Well, I couldn't possibly say no to that.
Ah, good. That's what I liked, a man of thought and drive and thrust. Excellent. So, you're in Cardiff at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah.
Brilliant. As it happens, one of my assistants, Ms. Stevens, happens to be in Cardiff at this time. Would you be willing to meet with her?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
She's only there for the day, but it would cut down an awful lot on the paperwork if you can meet in person. And I will rattle off the drum major, the goat major, the pub at the top of the high street in Cardiff. As if we're meeting the goat major, if we can meet Ms. Stevens and the goat major, say in about an hour's time, that would be fantastic. You'll recognise her. She smells like a vet.
Smell like.
Well, it's a good thing this is
Ollie.
not FaceTime, so you don't see what his expression looks like.
And if you could bring some of your more recent work along, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
Good. Well, I hope to see you soon. I'm sure we'll be able to use one of these video phone things to talk in the future, and we can work together in the summer, and who knows what we'll be able to discover. Excellent work. Thank you very much, Mr. Cole. Good day. Chink.
Right. Okay. Well, I think one of the first things we're going to have to do is create a fake contact form.
No, because what we're going to do is get him in the pub, find a corner, and then let Vic persuade him to tell us what's going on, as Vic only ever does.
Do you want me to persuade him in using consciousness?
Maybe scare him a little bit, or at least just get him to do the job. I'm sure we can find stuff out that way.
Okay then.
All right. So how far out did you say for the meet? You gave me the address,
meeting's in an hour.
Okay.
I don't know how far away we are. We've got to park the mystery mobile. The
only pub I know in Cardiff, so
yeah. Sam, have we got anything that you might have as a person of dubious moral, shall we say?
Sorry, I'm an honest fucking tradesman.
Yeah. Have we got anything that we could use to track said guy? That we could just palm you, that you could perhaps just drop into something that he owns, just in case he should get away from us.
Well, we have these things in our head. They're called eyes.
Yeah, those two. But might be useful.
Sure, I'll just get on to the quartermaster and see what he can whip up for us, yeah? No, sorry, I don't really have anything. Unless we can hack his phone and perhaps put a tracker on his phone, which will send us signals to tell us where he is. There's not really much we can do. I mean, We're not fucking spies.
I wasn't suggesting we were. I was wondering if we could use a tile or something like that. But
What?
okay. You know, one of those things that are supposed to help you find your phone. Drop it in his bag or something.
Well, we might be able to buy one at a store if that's what you want to do.
Can we not just
Hello.
get him in there, Vic, intimidate him until he wets himself, and then tells us where the waterstone is?
I mean, the other thing is we could. I mean, it's not probably a good idea, but we could potentially like drug him.
Why would you do that? Why would you say that?
Drugging costs money. This doesn't.
Okay. Well, I guess let's just go with it then.
Well, we could just slip it in his drink, and then he wakes up.
Yeah, but then we
day.
have to wait for him to wake up.
We're not roofying the student.
Okay, well, you know, we might be able to get him to loosen his lips a bit more.
You could just talk to him. I mean, I know the weirdness of weird, but we could just talk to him.
Alcohol's not bad either.
You and I can sit off and watch and let Vic and Charlie do their thing.
Please tell me we're having this conversation in the mystery mobile with the windows closed.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Wide open.
Right. Let's go to the pub.
Okay, so were you planning to try and string him along at all, or are we just going to bash him against the wall as soon as we see him?
Well, I'm sure we can do a little bit of string, but we can cut to the chase, can't we?
Okay.
Ollie, you might want to do the talking.
I might. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with this, but we'll see.
Did you want me to perhaps go, looking in his place, in his room?
Yeah, because did we get the address? Can we work it backwards from the phone number with your various looking up things?
Sounds like something you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can get his address from his phone number then.
Well, the problem is, what day of the week is it?
It's a lecture day, so it's a weekday.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many other people does he live with?
We don't know. We know he lives with at least one. But you are a consummate gentleman of the night, and therefore I'm sure you can nip in and out.
Right.
So you go while we know he's out, you go and try and find out if there's anything going on at his gaff. I will watch these two do their thing just to give them a bit of backup, just in case he does turn out to be super powerful. And then Vic and Natalie can try and persuade him to explain. Charlie, can try and explain where the wardstone is.
Did you just refer to Sam as a gentleman?
I'm trying. It's like positive reinforcement.
Ah, that makes sense. All right. Let's go beat up a kid.
Okay, well, I guess we're just going to see how this goes.
Yes, to the pub.
To the house. Or flat. Or apartment. Or wherever it is.
Right,
Student accommodation.
I think we'll start with the pub. Looking for some reasonably inconspicuous corner.
Oh, yes. As inconspicuous as possible. Or by a door that goes out into a yard. I have no idea what this pub is like.
It's a pub. And I'll sit on a table like opposite them reading a newspaper.
You're going to sit on.
Will it have holes cut out of it?
Doing the crossword.
It's about the appointed time. You see a young man that you recognise from his Facebook profile as being Eli. He's looking around thoughtfully.
I stand up and wave at him in a sort of slightly, I'm not sure if I recognise you or not way.
He comes hurrying over. Miss Stevens, was it?
Oh, is it Eli Cole? I say, looking at my bit of paper. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes, that's right. The description wasn't very helpful, I'm afraid.
No, I know. No, it doesn't surprise me. Dr. Moore can be a bit, I don't know, confused at times. Yeah, I'm here at a conference, meeting more. He asked me to collect some information from you. Can I just check your second year history student? Is that correct?
That's right, yes.
And by the way, Sue, am I picking up anything with my sight? Does he seem anything weird?
Nothing is flagging up at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, let me just check. So what else has he asked? And yeah, when and I collect the dates of his summer holidays and things like that. Okay, and we just have you got any interest in, so what period do you cover in history most commonly?
Medieval.
Oh, medieval. Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. I think, weren't Cardiff University involved in a dig round Northampton castle recently? I think I remember Dr. Kane mentioning that. Maybe that's why he's interested in you. I don't know. I'm really just collecting the information. Were you involved in that dig?
No, I wasn't. One of my housemates went along.
All right. Okay. Just wondered. Get these strange requests. All right. Okay. And is that something that you are interested in as well, and as well as the history, the archaeology?
Not so much.
All right. Does he seem to be looking puzzled or intrigued or
They're more intrigued
shifty?
than anything else.
Yeah, I'm eyeing him. I'm sizing him up too. Just looking for anything, does it look like he maybe has a pocket knife or something that I gotta keep an eye open for? So
Do you
yeah,
want to make an awareness roll?
and my specialty wouldn't affect that. So
Oh, yeah.
my roll is 12.
So yeah, he is completely unarmed.
Well, I see 2 arms right now, but if this doesn't go well for him, he might be unarmed.
Yeah, he looks
Okay.
pretty confident.
Okay. All right. So I've just got to yeah. Okay. So hang on. I might have left a form in the car. You can come with me. We just go a step outside. My car's just parked around the corner, and I could just go and get the bit for you to sign. I forget anything.
Oh, sure, yes.
So I'm assuming we can step out and potentially round a corner.
Yeah.
And that Vic is following with us.
Oh yeah.
And I just signal Vic in some pre-arranged combination of words to see.
Help. Okay.
So we're just wondering if we have reason to believe that you might have been in Northampton. Have you been there recently?
Now he's starting to look suspicious.
Yeah, there's a surprise.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Well, there's somebody who looked suspiciously like you on some CCTV at the station.
I'm just going to look. Right now, I'm just going for the intimidating look. So, taunt.
Yeah.
This could be hilarious or really good.
Meh.
Me. What do you think? Is this is 7, 8 would normally be a success, right?
Look at them puppy
He hasn't
eyes.
noticed you yet.
Oh, look at that. Look at that little cute little doggy.
Does he look like he's about to bolt, Sue? That's the main thing I want to check.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so yeah, so we're very interested in recovering something that disappeared.
Really?
Yes, really.
What kind of thing?
Oh, I don't know, a certain decorative stone.
I shift my weight as subtly as I can, but I'm getting ready for this kid to bolt, and I'm going to make as fast of a response as I can. So I'm preparing to jump at him.
Would you like to make an awareness roll? And in this case, your reactions would be relevant.
Okay. And that is a modifier +2, right?
Yeah.
11.
Right. And this is up again.
What's a critical success? 12 or 13?
It's 5 more than the target number.
Okay.
In this case, you've succeeded, which is all you need.
Okay.
You suddenly realize a car coming down the street has swerved violently off course and is pretty much about to hit you.
Okay.
You've spotted
I
this
mean,
just
I'm
in time
assuming
to
I'm
throw yourself
unaware.
out of the way.
Yep. In my dodge out of the way, I'm also going to conveniently tackle Eli to the ground very hard.
Okay, would you like to make a melee roll?
Sure. 7. Is that a success?
No, it's not. You are going to need a 10 to
Done.
get the drop on him. You're spending the will points.
Yup. I just spent 3 will on it. And like I said, I'm driving him into the ground hard.
How close am I to this oncoming car, and have I finally twigged that it's there?
It seems it was aiming more at Vic than you.
Okay, hurrah.
Yeah, but you will suddenly be aware of what's happened.
Yep.
Don't you move. Don't you move.
It came out smoother than what I originally said.
Yes, there's a slightly muffled get off me.
Okay, so now I'm twigging that the car has careered into us. Can I check to see if there's anyone in the car or something, or someone has managed to move an unattended car? So I'm just trying to work out what's going on in terms of who is propelling the car, whether in or outside the car.
It's whoever was driving has driven away.
Interesting.
It was just someone suddenly swerving towards where you were standing.
Where is it?
Saying in as growly of a voice as I can.
Right. What skill do we think this is? This is sounding quite like taunt to me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Certainly
so
intimidation, I would think. But I don't.
Yeah, there. I don't see an intimidation. It's
No.
Taunt.
yeah,
Must be
taunt is the
taunt.
closest I got.
And you can have a +2 bonus for that, given that you've currently got him pinned to the floor.
By the way, considering how hard I tackled him, did I damage him in that exchange at all?
If you wanted to, you could do some damage.
Actually, yeah, I did want to.
Right, so I assume that'll be your unarmed attack.
All right.
Let's press the button.
And that's the
don't
1
kill him.
die or the 2 dice.
It'll be 1 dice.
Okay. And then my melee combat bonus comes into that as well.
Yeah, please don't kill the witness.
Should add on automatically.
Okay, perfect. How about 8 damage?
Ow.
Yeah, he's not dead. That's good.
All right, so
There
now
are so many forms we have to
Where
fill in,
is
and he
it?
said.
But he is somewhat splattered against the pavement.
so when I say,
Where is it?
do I need an intimidation roll or is he completely unconscious?
He's still conscious.
All right. So
Where is it?
Would you like to make that taunt roll now?
okay. So is
Yeah,
it still +2?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I bet it comes up as a 4. Ooh, 10.
Hey,
No, he's convinced.
Okay, you owe me £10.
He, you hear a slightly strangled voice muttering, in my chest of drawers.
ah,
Where?
In my house.
why did you take it?
Yeah, I needed it
Why did you need it?
as a gift.
For whom?
A teacher.
Which teacher?
I only know her first name.
Uh-huh.
It's Keridwen.
Ah. Okay.
Sue, the player did not catch that. What was the first name?
Keridwen.
Keridwen.
I will write that into the Roll20 chat.
I was going to say, I don't know how Welsh is weird.
Oh, that was 2 letters off.
Ah, okay. Does that ring any bells with me, Sir, at all?
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. Is she a history teacher?
Kind of.
Is she okay. Is she with the university?
No.
Where did you meet
Who
her?
is she?
It's really hard to explain.
Give it a go.
Try.
It was at a party.
Uh-huh. When were you going to hand it over?
At the weekend.
Okay. Where?
We had a meeting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, out of town.
Oh, whereabouts?
Oh, at the beach. Well, on the coast.
Uh-huh.
I suppose it's not really a beach. I mean, not that you care about the geography.
Well, we might. Where more precisely?
Oh, just south of the bay.
Cardiff Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get him to describe more accurately where it is.
Yeah.
I'll loosen my grip on him, but he's still pinned.
And at the weekend, you say? What time? Which
12
day?
On Saturday.
Sorry, what was the time?
12.
Midnight or noon?
Noon.
Okay. And what did she look like?
It's really hard to remember.
Okay. And have you ever done anything like this before?
Well, I've got her gifts before.
Oh, okay. What other gifts have you been getting her?
It's really embarrassing.
Yeah. Go on.
Flowers.
Okay. But have there been any others that she's asked for?
Yes, she gives me instructions.
Uh-huh.
She
Okay.
said, bring her something magical.
So how did you know it was magical?
Well, I could see the carvings in Mary's picture.
You recognise them?
Yeah.
Can I see where Kane is at the moment? Is he lurking?
Depends.
Yeah, I'll be stood off watching.
Okay.
Wincing a little bit when I see how hard Vic tackled the poor kid down.
When did you meet her the first time?
In the summer.
Okay. And sounds like you fell for her quite hard. Is that right?
Well, not like that.
Oh, no, but you just want to bring her gifts.
But she's a teacher. She said she'd teach me.
Oh, okay. And what were you hoping to learn from her?
You were
Again,
hoping to learn biology, weren't you?
I'm thinking.
Especially reproductive biology.
No, I'm kind of thinking something a bit more linked with the stone myself. What were you planning to learn from her?
Oh, magic.
Oh, would-be apprentice, are you?
Well, I didn't think you'd believe that.
Yeah. You haven't looked too carefully at my friend here, have you?
Well, I can't. He's behind me.
Just let him roll over enough to see who you really are.
Sure. The thing is, I haven't transformed at all.
No, but he should be. He may or may not be able to see you for what you are, because you can see shapeshifters. But I don't know. Does that seem to make any difference?
Yeah, not to him.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Big and scary, that's what he is.
Okay. Yeah. We may know a thing or two about it. Okay. And do you know what she wanted this for?
Well, she didn't specifically ask for that. She just said, bring a magical artifact.
Yeah, but we're in Cardiff. What? So you just saw the picture that your flatmate had?
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of.
Well, maybe we should just wander back and see if we can return it to its rightful place.
Didn't think anyone would miss it.
Yeah. Odd thing about magical items, if they go walkies, often people do miss them. You should really, apart from anything else, learn what is safe to move and what isn't before you do things like that. Was he capable of walking soon?
Yes.
Okay. Do I, as a medic, feel like I'm actually going to make him really bad if we don't patch him up a bit before moving him?
He'd live, but you should probably do something about it.
Okay, so I do some minor patching up but hoping that he's sufficiently terrified that he's not going to try and bolt for it on his very damaged and bruised body.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going anywhere.
Okay. So I think we're probably just going to take a little trip to your house now and try and recover this stone. How far away is the house, do we know? Because we presumably looked his address up before we came.
Get back and there's nothing in the drawers.
So yeah, you did find an address, because that's where Sam is now.
Indeed.
Yeah, so it's not too far. Cardiff isn't a huge place.
Okay. We probably want to just text our friend to say we're on our way.
Or tell him where it is. And just
Well,
say
we
it's in
could
the
do. We
drawer.
could say, yeah, chest of drawers, mate. But we're on our way with him anyway. He may just hand it over.
Right. So what does Sam want to do?
Well, I'd assume I'm already attempting to break in before they even text me. Before they've probably even left the pub, I'm probably already
Probably, yeah.
figuring out how to get in there without being noticed. Whether I go through his bedroom if I can figure out what bedroom he's in, I can go in through that window or whatever.
Yeah, the address you come to is quite clearly a student shared house.
Okay, so it probably means I've got terrible security, because who wants to spend money on a student, right?
Based on my experience of student housing, that sounds correct.
Exactly.
There's always the standard water inspector type approach.
What time of day is it?
I think we were saying early afternoon. Yeah, you started fairly early and it was about 3 hours to get here, so yeah.
Wonder if I could I quickly find out who the letting agent is? The letting agency. Because I assume they would be going, like, because it's their second year, they're not in halls, are they? They'll be in, like, they'll be renting accommodation from, like, private people, right?
Yeah.
Or letting agencies.
Yeah.
Can I find out who's the letting agent for this building?
Yeah, I think that would take an education roll.
Oh, fuck bollocks. If I don't have the skill, can I still roll?
Yeah, but the difficulty will be 10 instead of 8.
Okay, let's not try that. I'm just gonna fucking walk round and see if I can spot. Do I want to knock on the door?
Gas leak.
And given that you're quite good at breaking and entering, they might be better off just prizing open a sash window.
Sure, I'll go in through. If I can figure out what bedroom he's in, or I don't know how I'll do that. Is it a ground floor or is it first floor or is it?
It's a 2-story building.
Okay.
But yeah, there's going to be at least one ground floor bedroom.
Okay.
I'm going to assume it looks exactly like one of the houses I've lived in.
So we know a girl lives there, right?
Yeah.
Kate, isn't it?
Mary.
Mary. All right. I don't know where I got Kate from. So if I can have a look in the bedroom window at all, by being as discreet as I possibly can be, could I make out if it seems to be a boy or a girl? I guess, I mean, I don't know. Women are quite untidy beasts, realistically, even though they like to pretend they're not, right? Clothes all over the fucking place. Where boys, it'll be more like plates all over the place.
I reckon you could probably get a fair idea from what the duvet looks like.
Oh, okay. Transformers from My Little Pony, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, what does the duvet look like from the ground floor?
The ground floor duvet is plain blue.
Okay. And is the I'm gonna put my I'm gonna try the window, see quietly see if it's already unlocked, or if it's locked, then I will try and open it.
Right, do you like to make a stealth roll using your breaking and entering bonus?
Am I lock picking or I'm just what am I rolling for?
I think if you're trying to get the window open, it's not exactly a lock.
Okay. And that gives me a +2, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see me fuck this roll. Oh, 13. What's difficulty?
The difficulty was 8, so that is a critical.
Awesome. What does a critical success do?
It can have a number of options, but one of them is that you look really good doing it, but you probably don't want anyone to see you doing it. But,
You open the window without breaking it.
Yeah, you open the window undetectably, so you'll be able to get out the same way without anyone knowing you've been here.
Yep, I'll do that.
Right, you are into the room. And yet this definitely looks like a man's room. And looking around, the number of books he has about magic definitely implies you're in the right place.
Okay. Well then, while I'm in here, I'm going to quietly walk over to the door, the bedroom door. Is there a lock?
Yes, there is.
Can I lock it?
Yep.
Okay. And then I'll start by looking under the bed.
Right.
If there is if there's no gap under the bed, then I'll start looking in drawers, cupboards, etc.
Yeah, there is a gap under the bed, but there's nothing there except shoes.
Okay. Needs this many pairs of shoes. You only need one or two.
Anyway, there's only one pair of shoes under the bed.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll check the bedside cabinets if it's got one.
Yep. And so besides the books of magic, you're not really seeing anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. I'll take the bottom drawer out of the bedside cabinet. See if there's anything in that, like, what's it called? Void? Under the drawer?
There is nothing in there.
Okay, so I'm just trying not to use out of game information, alright? I'm trying not to meta game this because, you know, I know it's in the cupboard, in the whatever, drawers.
Well, see, after a certain amount of searching, you are going to get the message about the chest of drawers.
Oh, okay. I was hoping to find it before that and just let them turn up and go, where's the stone gone? I'll probably do that anyway. As soon as I get the message, I'm like, okay, I'll go straight over to the drawers, open the drawers.
You shithead.
And there you see absolutely nothing.
Okay, I'm going to feel, see if it's invisible.
Yep, you do feel something invisible.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll put it in my sachet, in my sling bag or something. And then exit, go, unlock the door, put everything back to where it was, and head out the door. Not the door. The window. The window. I'm not going through the door. The window. I'm going to go out the same way I came, but in.
So, what were the rest of you doing?
Okay, so along with Vic, we're escorting Hopalong Cassidy here, who's a little bit more damaged than I would like. Eli back to his digs.
Now, Eli, remember this the next time you even think about stealing something. Because the next time, if you get caught, you might not live. Got it?
Yes.
Good.
He looks like he's about to say something and then clearly thinks better of it.
Say it.
You were lucky.
By the back of the neck, I squeeze a little bit. Not any damage, just enough to hurt.
How so? What was lucky about that?
That he took me down first.
No, kid, that was not luck. Trust me.
Okay, so this guy at least thinks he's got something protecting him, or he's better at magic than we're currently assuming. Okay, so we pootle along to near his house. I mean, I know where his house is. Is he actually taking us the right way?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so we just keep going, I guess.
Yep.
Are there any more incidents like swerving cars or anything untoward? that happens as we make our way?
No, there aren't.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all we've got on the Lollipop Road Guild. We represent the Lollipop Guild. No, okay.
I think that's an American thing.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Oh, was it? Oh, I've never seen that film.
Are there people who exist?
I love the look on Neil's face.
How has somebody managed to live to your age and escape seeing the Wizard of Oz?
I've not
Do you go into a cave every Christmas?
I just don't
seen
watch
bits
TV.
of it.
Yeah, I've seen bits of it. I've never seen the whole thing through.
Wow. You know,
Anyway.
Okay, so have we had any text back from James? Or
No.
I don't know how long it takes. So, and I don't know whether you'd bother texting us either. But I'm just checking before we get there whether you're
Let's
Okay,
assume it's
and-
about a 10-minute walk to get back.
Okay.
There's bound to be a ton of pubs near the university. That's how
Yeah.
universities work.
okay. So we're walking and keeping an eye out because we know that Sam's there somewhere.
Sam is not making himself apparent, though.
Oh yeah. We're not expecting to see you, but we're keeping an eye out just in case.
The smart ass in me wants to yell out, Sam, are you done in there yet? But I'm not going to.
No, you're not going to.
I have my streetwise. You don't give away the person.
Okay, so we let him walk home and see
Yeah.
what happens.
Yep, you get back to his house. Everything looks normal. Obviously, no sign of disturbance.
Okay, so we let
As
him.
I see them go inside the house, I'll step out around the building, and I'll probably clock Dr. Moore and walk over to him.
Okay, so we're going to go in and try and extract the stone in the expectation that it might have gone. So we're not going to be unduly surprised if it has. But we can also clock how he reacts if that's the case. And we're half expecting it to look ransacked because we're not sure how subtly that this will have been done. But
Subtle as possible. No stone unturned, but you won't notice it because it's invisible.
yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're going to escort him in while he retrieves the stone for us, supposedly.
No.
And we're keeping a very firm eye on him.
So, in which case, you will see him go into an absolute panic when he can't find the stone.
So are you sure you left it here?
Of course, I'm sure.
Well, who would have taken it? Maybe your teacher?
Well, I don't know. I put an enchantment on it so no one would see it.
Or you could be hiding it somewhere else. I think we should just sort of go on generally threatening him until he's fairly sure we don't know where it is either. Should we give him 24 hours to try and find it?
Evil.
Maybe not. Do we want him incentivized? Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow to get it. You better not run.
We need someone to lift the enchantment, by the way. Oh no, Dr. Moore, you can. Oh yeah, when I get to Dr. Moore, I go. I've got it in the bag, but it appears to be like translucent.
I'll try and counter magic. I'll prod the invisible thing and go, strange. and try and counter magic the charm.
Yeah, I think with the sight you can see that there's an invisible thing there.
I couldn't see it, but I made sure I felt to see if there was something there that shouldn't be, that should be there. That's when I felt it, so I took it. I thought it'd be funny to see the young man sweat a bit.
Well done, Samuel. Well done. And then I'll take one of my charms out and incant in Latin at it to try and strip the charm off it. I got a 10 for law.
Yeah, that'll do the job. Yeah, and the ward stone suddenly pops into sight.
And there you go, my friend. That is, as we say, a job well done.
Cool.
You've earned your pay today.
Cool. Can we let Bossman know? Can I how do I lean on my drive? Because my drive is pay off this debt I owe. Surely doing this, you know, the two things I did with the using my divination and breaking and getting this stone is surely moving towards paying off this debt I owe.
Yep, you've put your breaking and entering skills to good use instead of bad. I think that's the kind of thing your patron would approve of.
Cool.
Okay, so have we finished scaring the bejesus out of the guy inside?
So what do I do? Do I click lean on your drive thing that you've written?
Yep.
Oh, fuck's sake. Really? Wow. 1. Wow, fuck me. Might not even should have fucking bothered.
But it's something. But you'll need to add that back on yourself. It doesn't do that bit automatically.
Oh, I did that. Done it.
So I think we tell young Master Eli Cole that we'll be back tomorrow. And he better have got the stone by then. Or maybe a week. Do we want to give him a week?
No, we can't give him a week because he was going to give it away.
Yeah, okay.
By the way, what day of the week is this, Sue?
I think we'll call it Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay, so a while to
it's
the
a
weekend.
Yeah,
I think that's
24 hours is fine. It occurred to me, well, if this is Friday, he was going to be giving it away tomorrow.
I mean, basically, we just don't want him to think that we've got it.
And I think Edwin does not need to know about this. Got it.
Maybe find something else magic that's a little tamer.
He does look absolutely terrified and is not arguing at this point.
Good boy. And I just kind of do one of these against his chest. Not enough damage, but to go.
Yeah, given his current state, that's going to hurt.
Yep, that's the point.
Uh-huh. You're not just no. So tomorrow, and then I think we walk out. So do we join up with these guys and find out what they've been up to?
Yep, well, we have the ward store,
Splendid.
and I believe we should get out of Wales.
I think so.
So do we know why he took it?
Yes, he wanted to impress his would-be woman, and who was going to teach him magic. So he was acting semi as an apprentice. Not sure whether I don't know. I mean, I can obviously now at this point catch you up with all the names and see whether it rings any bells.
Edwin is a figure in Welsh myth from the Mabinogion, a goddess of rebirth and transformation, if I remember correctly.
Probably don't want to mess with her.
if it is, or if it's just somebody who's being exceptionally predictable and is a Welsh magician. Don't tell me they'll be calling themselves Taliesin next.
Yeah.
And the heights of originality. There are at least 3 Merlins knocking about.
I was going to say. Yeah.
Well, won't they try and get the stone back at some point, though? I mean...
Well, he claims that she didn't ask him to get that particular stone. He just something magic. So, you know, if he's got any sense, he's not going to tell her that he lost it. He's going to just try and find something else that's probably a bit less troublesome.
Yeah.
On the other hand, he may be sufficiently pissed that he tells them, he tells her about us just because he wants her to do something about it.
Maybe.
On the drive home, Northampton, on the drive back, I'm going to close the loop on my end of this and ring Eli back myself.
So once we're out of Wales.
Yeah.
Yep, sounding very shaky.
That's it. I missed a call. I'm very sorry to interrupt you. My name is Professor Kane Moore of Cambridge University. This is very embarrassing. But well, it's about this time of year that some of the Cambridge students decide to play japes on their professors. And one of the students, who's particularly proficient at impersonations, stole my mobile phone. Whilst I was there, I know lecturers shouldn't really do this, but I had looked at it in class. Then I was called away, so it was still unlocked. And they took this chance, we believe, to have rang you. And, well, I hope that wasn't of any inconvenience.
Right. I think you should make a rhetoric roll to see how convincing this is.
I was hoping it was a charm roll so that I could use my silver tongue, which allows me to lie with great fluency.
Yeah, I think you could use charm on this one.
Thank you, Sue. 11. I think I will spend 2 to bump that up to a critical as well, because I want this one to stick.
Yeah, we're interested in giving you a grant. Hello. No, some students fucking lying to you. I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Tough shit.
Who's going to give a second-year student a grant? Who would believe that?
So yeah, I'll spend 2 to bump it up to 13 if 13 would make it a critical.
I'll just remind myself what his stats look like.
I imagine some numbers.
Smart ass.
Yeah, I don't think a 13 is enough for a critical on this one, but it is still a success already. So
That'll do then.
That'll do, pig.
yes, he sounds resigned.
He's having a really shit day.
What was the nature of their prank on you? I'm so sorry.
It's quite complicated.
Oh dear. Well, I'm very sorry. I'll take much greater care to make sure my phone doesn't fall into anybody else's hands again. Have a nice day.
I'll try.
I'll look at you. I'll look at Dr. Moore. You heartless bastard.
Samuel, £20,000 grant to a second-year history student. He should be thrown out of the university for believing that. Never mind given a moment in a dark alley with Victor. They'll let anybody in a card if they really will.
Do you think they'd let me?
When I said anybody, I didn't mean anybody.
Well, it's not like they could stop me from getting in, though, could they?
This is true. No, this is true. You could break into the completely open lecture rooms, steal yourself a seat in the completely free to sit down in lecture halls, and then listen to people saying words that you don't understand, Samuel.
True. Anyway, I think I've got the stone here, right?
Yes, you have. You've got the stone. Despite everything, you are the hero of the hour.
Right, so what do we have to do with it?
Take it back to the ghost realm, put it in the middle of the keep.
But this wasn't... But surely this is already in the ghost film, right?
No.
But its disappearance is what's causing the fractures. So
Yeah,
I think there's...
I thought it's a disappearance from the physical realm, not the ghost realm.
So do I know how to do this now?
You don't know exactly how to do it, but you do know that the Castellans have instructions.
Excellent. We know them, and they're lovely people.
Sam, well done.
That's right.
So do we get back to Northampton at around about tea time?
Yep. It's been a long day of driving.
Quick day trip to Cardiff. There you go. Don't say we don't get on anywhere on our expenses.
Well, it wasn't raining, I guess.
Small mercies.
First time
So
for everything.
Do we still need to go in the ghost realm?
I guess
Why-
we'll find out from the Castellans.
Yeah, I'll give Alice Craven a ring and say that we've recovered the ward stone. Can you advise what's next?
Yes, you get an excited sounding Alice on the phone. Oh, you found it. Oh, that's a relief. Brittany told me about it going missing. Right, I'll pull the file. Yes, it was one of our early members who did the actual, the process. Now let's see. Yes, there was a ritual involved. Let's see. Yes, you need the stone. The actual warding parts, you don't have to worry about that because you've already got the stone prepared and the door is already sorted out. Right, you're going to need a geomancer.
Ah.
Can we rent one?
Oh, do you know anyone intrinsically tied to the area?
Yes,
the
we
river.
do.
Do we?
Right, so you take your geomancer. Now, our forebear was one himself, so he didn't need to take anyone else. And then there's a dance to perform. I'll send you the instructions.
Dance.
And then as you complete it, you lay the stone in the heart of the realm and, get the hell out of there. Apparently the
there you
ghosts
go.
were quite frisky.
And that should stop the incursions that are happening into reality.
Yeah, yep, that should seal the ghost realm back behind the postern gate and we won't have to worry about it anymore. Well, just so long as nobody digs up that car park again.
Yeah, maybe we should try and make sure that doesn't happen as well.
Well, it's well tarmacked this time, so I reckon we've got a while at least.
We should dig a really deep hole and put in a hole.
Yeah, I think we're taking it. So who's our geomancer? Is it the river spirit?
It would seem that the person that we know who was most tied to the area would be Nin. Whether she's a geomancer or not, another matter altogether, but she does seem to fit the bill.
Well, I guess we could start with her. She may know of geomancer since she is tied to the area.
Yeah.
If she isn't one herself.
So
Right,
yes,
So we'll head to the car park, yeah? Well, no, don't we need to go? Well, let's talk to her first and figure out if she is a fucking geomancer. We don't want to turn up in the morning to go through the gateway to
No,
find
exactly.
out she's not a geomancer, and then
So she's either going to be in the river as it is today, or she's going to be in the car park as the river was before, depending on how badly the rupture is still happening. Do you want to start with the car park, guys?
Yeah, why not?
Back to the station. And
what time of day is it?
It's going to be evening now.
Does that mean free
commuter
parking?
time.
No, okay.
Never free parking.
Oh,
It
okay.
can be 3 o'clock on a bank holiday. It's in the morning. It's not going to be free parking.
Is there any council-owned car parks nearby?
We're
Doesn't
claiming
matter.
this back from Mr. Rich.
Oh, okay, all right.
Is Nin still standing in the car park?
Well, she's in the sidings round the back of the car park. And yep, she is still there.
Greetings.
Oh,
We-
hello
we-
again.
We have recovered the water zone, but we may be in need of your help.
Well, my help comes at a price.
Hang
What is
on,
it you
but-
require?
We're helping you, though.
It is my nature. What do you require?
So were you here when the original wards were placed?
Yes, I was.
Uh-huh. The ritual requires a geomancer. Is that a role that you could perform?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay.
And what would you like to offer me in return?
Would be like to offer her.
How about so in rewards you'll be able to not feel drawn to this place any longer.
I really need to ask for something more than that.
Oh, okay.
If you're short of ideas, you can owe me a favour.
Well,
If-
let's just go and have a talk about this. We'll be back soon.
It is the traditional currency of spirits and fae.
What do we reckon? We haven't got anything else to offer, have we?
How about if we promise to clean
Hey.
the river out front of our building? Just
Hey,
that.
no,
Just
what?
that
I mean, we
little
could organise a river clean, though, couldn't we? A community river
kind-
clean.
What kinds of things do geomancers and this kind and beings of her ilk require? What do they look for?
I have no idea. However, having one who's on our side is better than having one who isn't.
Did you
I mean-
just admit to having no idea about something?
What about your book of doors? Maybe
It
you'll enjoy
occasionally happens.
I mean, is it? I mean, genuinely, is it worth trying to look into organising someone to clean the river? Because I'd have thought that was
Maybe.
quite.
She might like that, but I don't think that's going to cut the mustard. We
You
could
don't.
buy her a Nando's gift card. That isn't going to work either.
Okay.
All right. What about an Amazon gift card?
It's worth asking. Does anyone have any points in business?
I don't know. I would have thought that
No.
Sam's our best bet.
Why would
I have
no,
some points in streetwise.
I've got nothing in business.
I know what a business is.
Yeah.
We can't ask Mr. Charmy Pants to see whether she wants us to try and organise cleaning.
Could try.
It's worth a
Well-
punt, isn't it? Surely another. We can. I mean, we haven't got anything to lose, have we?
But what sort of favour would we be owing her?
Oh, she'd probably ask us to do a job for her. I'd imagine some
A
task
dangerous
that
one.
needs to be done that would take us nearer to the Fey realms. So I'm all for it.
Are you?
Oh yes, absolutely.
I think we
Alright.
might have to do the favor.
Just get her to just owe a favour.
Yeah, favour. I'll turn round and say, my dear, we're more than happy to accept a favour from you. Oh, sorry, for you to accept a favour from us. Sometimes I just can't stop fibbing.
Did you work for the government at one time? If you can't stop fibbing.
Oh, no.
Are you suggesting that politicians might be in any way mendacious?
I like how you couldn't even say that without laughing.
Yes, we will gladly owe you a favour. It seems only fair for what you're about to do.
She nods. So I will assist you with my geomantic ability in this endeavour, and you will owe me a favour.
Yes,
I will collect in the future.
feel free. If it involves a slap-up meal at Nando's, all the better. No, clearly not. Okay, so
Well,
first thing, we have our geomancer. Now, does anybody know what sort of dance you have to do to set a ward stone?
It's written down. Look at it.
Yes, Alice has emailed you instructions.
There were diagrams
Put your
and
right
everything.
foot in.
Oh my word.
You do the hokey cokey.
Okay, we now know that we need to dance. So how do we get into the ghost realm?
We wait for it to open, presumably.
The
So we know that it
reminds you that it will open early in the morning.
Well, in that case, shall we get some kip and turn up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning?
This is what we got to do tomorrow. Let me get it for you.
This will not be good.
Is it a pelvic thrust that drives you insane by any chance?
I can throw it in the Discord chat. See if it, not Discord chat. The Zoom chat. If you can see it.
Foolish youth.
All
Is there
right, I think
anything-
you're going to have to share that in the actual thing so we're not leaving our audience in the cold on that.
Oh, all right. God damn
There's
it.
a link in the Twitch chat as well. I assume it's
That's
the
what we
same
have to
thing.
do.
Yes.
Did that work?
Yeah, just drop it in Twitch, yeah. And this way, anybody who's on YouTube, they're just out of luck. They got to join live,
It's called
right?
it's a reference to Monkey Island from LucasArts. Yeah. Right. There you go. The do the monkey, the dance move that you got to do to go through the woods in the first game. Anyway, that's it. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, sorry. I'll just shut up.
So we've got the ward stone. Is there anything we can do before tomorrow morning that would be sensible in any way?
Sleep.
I'm guessing that's a good start. Anything else? Does Nen have anything to suggest by way of preparation?
Can she come through the portal? Will there not be two of her in one place?
I'm guessing she knows what's involved, that she's happy that she can handle it.
She's gone skipping off happily.
Okay.
She gets to chat to her younger self, right? Is that what it is? No,
Stop traveling back in time. The ghost realm isn't like. Don't worry yourself with these things.
I thought it was time travel.
You're obsessed.
Yeah, because I want to leave a digital. No, I want to. No, nothing. Pick, you've got a digital watch.
I think is this time to sort of diddly 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 until the morning.
Yep. It's next morning. Yet another overpriced parking fee.
Yay!
It's all going to be on the expense reports.
It is all going to be on the expense reports, assuming we get back out of the castle. Otherwise, the late fees are going to be horrendous.
Nen is there waiting for you. She seems to have dressed for the occasion.
And what
How
does
is she
dressing for the
dressed?
occasion look like?
She's wearing a medieval style frock.
Maybe that's what we should have worn.
I don't know. I'm not sure you'd have suited a medieval style frock.
Right.
I think my normal waistcoat, trousers, smart leather shoes, and long coat are timeless, frankly.
Yeah, timeless of this century, yes.
And people in the 1980s thought large shoulder pads were timeless. Remember that?
And the worst haircut ever. The mallet.
Okay. So, well, I'm guessing it's going to be fairly obvious we're not of this realm anyway.
Are they going to start shouting at us?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So are we prepared? Have we learnt the dance and practiced it?
Which it's back 2, 3, 4, left 2, 3, 4, right 2, 3, 4, left 2, 3, 4, right 2, 3, 4, back 2, 3, 4. Sorry, that's all we got to do.
Can we go back a little bit in time before we do this, like to the prior evening, where I just want to, Kane, should we give an update to our employer, not our patron, the employer?
No. Because we don't know whether this is going to work or not.
But it might be worth telling our patron, or at the very least the Castellians, what we're up to. I mean, I know they knew we were going to do it sometime, but,
Yeah.
They already know.
But confirm we're doing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't forget to put down Sam recovered the stone. Yeah.
And do we think there's anything they can do to aid us by way of signalling a way back out to us from outside?
Well, we know we make for the Postern gate, don't we?
We do know that. I'm just hoping it's easy to find.
You've seen some maps of the old castle, so you know more or less where to look.
Yeah.
It's at the back of
Out
the castle.
towards the river.
Yeah.
The back of the castle towards the river.
Right then. Come on then, Nin.
Okay. I've in my
That's where
rucksack
the
I've got my
opening is.
medical kit. Otherwise.
Nen is looking quite excited.
Yay.
So this stone, right, that we got, right, is already, 800 years old?
I have no idea.
Yeah?
I don't remember when.
Well, if it was placed in the 1800s or the 19th century, right, it was placed in the ghost realm in the 19th century, which was about the 11th century, right?
What, the 19th century?
No, but this, what? No, so the 19th, this rock that's the carving comes from the 19th century, because it was put in the 8th. Was it the 19th?
It was put in the Victorian times. Let's just go with that.
Yeah, well, the Victorian time is the 19th century, because historically, like, it's the...
Yeah,
whatever. So that rock was then dug out of the ground, right? So it's already 800 years old, or 900 years old, or 1,000 years old when it got dug out of the ground.
I think we've agreed that
And
ghost
now-
realms don't quite work like time travel.
Oh,
No.
damn.
No, what happened is that the castle was happily getting on with itself, with all of its spirits trapped inside its stones, quite happily doing their business. And then the Victorians came along and knocked the castle down. That then made the ghosts really angry, and this will have fomented this ghost domain or something like that. The Castellans, their first incarnation, went in there, placed a ward stone to put a ward around it to lock the realm down.
I think they actually anticipated it from what I remember of. So they knew it would happen.
That
And so
ward
they-
then got disturbed by the archaeologies, which removed the ward, and hence why it's all gone out. Don't worry. Just got to go in and put the ward in.
Just,
No,
I
it's-
love that use of just.
Damn. I'm going to go to think, I don't know if our watch idea is going to work.
We can try it. The worst thing it'll do is not work.
Where and how does the ghost realm open up?
Well, you know the right place because that's
It's
you
where
found the
Becky
camera.
disappeared.
Just for the record, I made sure to grab a digital watch before we go.
I've just got my med kit.
Then we'll make sure we're there. For the time that it opens.
Standing in that place at the right time. Suddenly the scenery around you changes. The car park and the sidings disappear, and you are now just inside the walls of the ancient castle.
Ooh.
Not looking quite so ancient here.
Take my-
What
my-
time
take
is
my
it? Is it
phone
early
out.
morning?
Picture.
Is it early morning here too, Sue?
Yes, it is.
And are there people around who've seen us yet?
You haven't been seen yet, but there are some guardsmen walking your way.
Can we lurk any? Realistically.
There may be some lurking space. I think this is a good time to have a group check.
Oh, what's a group check?
Well, we are going to have a group stealth roll.
Right.
That means everybody is going to make a stealth roll. And you need, each success is 1 success. A critical is 2 successes. You need 4 in total.
Okay, does breaking in and entering count? Because I'm entering the ghost realm.
I don't think so. This is more.
But we're not
hiding.
doing well so far.
You have sneaky, James, because that might.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got
would
sneaky as
definitely
well.
count.
I've got sneaky as well. I've got sneaky and breaking and entering. Do they doubly stack?
All right,
Well,
so
depends what you're doing. But
Charlie rolled a 5. I rolled a 7. What's
14.
a success in this one?
So
8?
Sam has rolled 2 successes, basically.
Right?
you'll need an 8 for a success.
Yes, but isn't
gonna
his
s- I'm gonna
critical, so
blow
doesn't
one
it count
will.
as 2?
Yeah, that 14 counts as 2 successes.
Fucking
I'm
hell,
blowing
look at
1 will to bring mine up to an 8.
That's not going to be pretty.
that. You suddenly pull out a bit of paper.
Okay,
and start
so
drawing
I'm
a stick
gonna-
figure.
I'm going to burn 3 will to take mine up to 8. If that's what's needed.
Yep. So,
Okay.
so how is Sam getting around to the fact that Kane is not being remotely stealthy?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Are you going to grab him and drag him behind a shed or something?
Yeah, I'm going to grab him behind and drag him down, like behind a bush or something, or whatever is in that particular area that we can actually like hide behind.
Samuel, I was trying to stealth, but
I'm putting my hand over his mouth. I'm literally putting my hand over his mouth.
have you seen the heraldry that's on display? It's fascinating seeing if it's in original colours.
Putting my hand over his mouth. Just putting my hand over his mouth.
On that note, would anyone like to make an education roll?
Yep, sure.
No, 'cause I've
Vic
got-
doesn't give 2 farts.
Are there any likely modifiers that go with this?
Probably not, unless you have a particularly relevant specialization, which I don't think either of you will.
Okay,
any of you
that's
would.
fine then.
So that's a 13 from me.
An 11 from me.
Yeah, I think with that critical success, you can immediately recognize this heraldry. Yeah, you are pretty confident that you have landed slap bang in the middle of the war between King Stephen and Empress Matilda.
Yay!
I know about this. Do you know how I know about this? Time team.
Time
Team.
Well, a volatile part of English history, if ever there was one.
She lost, didn't she, in the end? Or did he lose? I know
One of
he
them
got.
did.
Oh,
Well,
that
technically, Empress Matilda lost, but on a more long-term basis, she won.
Right. But we're here in the very much the short term, people with pointy swords type time.
And are the people who are in this castle, are they on Stephen's side or Matilda's side?
Just realising I forgot to check who actually owned the castle at this point in time.
Well, forget historical accuracy. This is Liminal world.
well, there was a.
I
there
like
was
to
a
get these
cast-
things right.
There was a castle down the road that was under Matilda's thing, which is what they dug up on Time Team. But it wasn't there very long. In fact, they didn't even know there was a castle there to begin with. I think, or something. I can't remember.
I can't currently remember which of them had the castle at the time, so let's say that it's currently in the hands of King Stephen.
Excellent.
Right.
Just so we know if we have to, who to cheer.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So if we kind of know the layout of the castle,
Yeah.
how likely it is, how likely do we think it would be, given that we need to do this at noon? No, we don't need to do this at noon, ignore me. I mean, I'm trying to work out whether it's better to hide until it's dark, or are we realistically going to be able to get in without changing our clothes, I think is where we're going. Or will they just see through us anyway as ghosts?
Or can we rent a ghost? Thanks, I'm here all week.
I think come up with a plan and we'll see how well it goes.
Okay.
Considering we're dealing with ghosts, will I be able to punch them?
Well, they're real in this, because we're now in their realm. As far as I
Good.
understand it, they're real.
Good.
Do we need to try and get some clothes, is where I'm going with this, and try and bluff our way in?
How are we going to bluff if we can't even speak the bloody language?
There's a quiet cough from Nin.
The illusionist, Nin.
I'll look over.
I speak their language.
Can you possibly share an illusion with us? Is that something you can do, so that we look like we belong?
Now that kind of thing is quite complicated.
Oh. Okay.
Or we could just pretend to be envoys from a far-off land, dressed in strange clothing, uttering garbled tongue.
We could. I can't imagine they're super friendly of strangers at the moment in the middle of a war.
I'm
But
sure
it-
you can persuade them.
Can't you speak Latin?
Of course I speak Latin, Samuel. Of course I speak Latin.
Well, it's a dead language. Maybe it would be useful here.
I mean, is it worth pretending to be monks? If we could get some, we should have thought of this first, of course, because that really is timeless garb.
Why don't we just go in?
Where do
Yeah,
we
I'm
need
not
to-
convinced just forcing our way in is the way to
Where
go.
Where do we need to put... Well, I can get us through any fucking door here.
Yeah,
because
it's just the
they-
not being spotted while we do the silly dancing about thing.
Well, lucky for you, I know this really good skill called walking without being spotted.
How many of us need to do the dance?
Well, the
Technically,
guy-
only one of you.
I was going to say the original guy went in on his own,
Technically one of us.
and we need the geomancer as well.
Victor,
Are we inside or outside of the castle?
inside.
Inside the
Okay.
wall, but outside
Right,
the keep.
so my first point of call is going to be right, as we're hiding, I'm going to look about for the gate that we need to leave by.
The postern.
The Postern's gate, yeah.
Would you like to make an awareness roll?
Certainly. I don't get anything for this, do I? I got an 8.
Yeah, it seems oddly sneaky, like it would prefer that it wasn't seen. But you do manage to spot it.
Okay, I'll go right. So our exit is there. So
Yep.
if anything goes wrong,
That's
we
where
need
we're
to wait
going.
For that's where we're going. Yeah.
We might be as well to create a diversion.
What sort of
How long do
diversion?
we estimate the ceremony would take, Sue? Is it something very long and involved, or is it something we can do quickly?
You think probably a few minutes. There's quite a lot of this dance.
So diversion might not be a bad idea.
Victor, in the safety of a ghost domain, is it time for you to become the bestest boy? As I am sure that would cause chaos in here, and all manner of alarm would be raised, and thus everybody would be looking that way, and some of you are prancing that way.
Would be a very good distraction.
Yes, but can I just point out the keep is where everyone retreats to when threatened.
Not if the werewolf is in the keep.
Okay, well, we still have to get there then.
We are in the keep, aren't we? I don't
No,
know.
we're inside the wall, but the centre bit, which is where we need to do the ceremony, is also where people hide when they're scared.
All right.
As
How
I
dumb
understand it.
How dumb are these ghosts?
Hard to say at this point.
So
I
it
mean-
might draw the soldiers, so it just depends. But there will, if the idea is that we don't get seen, I'm not sure that that would work.
Well, what would?
That's the problem. I think if we can try and get some clothes and walk in, and then I do genuinely think that if we were something like monks or something, we could come with the disguised men.
I am more than happy to do that if we can do the, steal clothes from the washing line maneuver, a tried and tested trope of such things. Disappear behind a washing house in our clothes, come out the other side looking like peasants. That sounds funny enough.
I'm going to be like, I don't know if washing lines are invented yet.
Shut up.
It's a piece of string. How do you think they got their
How
clothes?
do you think they dried their clothes?
I didn't think they washed them.
Oh, do we have any joy trying to find something that we can reasonably attempt to steal? Well, I say we. Obviously, Sam's going to be the person actually doing the
What?
stealing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think there's going to be some kind of wash house. Probably quite close to the Postern Gate, in fact, as that's
All right, well,
a
I'll head
handy
over
route to the
there
river.
by myself, all right? And if I do it by myself, there's less chance of us all being spotted because, Dr. Moore and his massive mouth. So I'm going to quietly and fairly slowly make my way over to the to this wash house. Probably sticking as close to the wall as I can. Trying to basically not draw any attention to myself or be spotted. Basically moving from as much cover as I can to the next bit of cover that I can.
Yep.
Do you want me to do a roll?
Yep. So this will
Can-
be stealth, and your sneaky bonus will apply.
Right, cool. That's +2. This is where it's going to go fucking horribly. Oh, okay. It doesn't go horribly wrong, so I rolled an 11.
Yep, it goes very well indeed.
Right.
You make your way along round the back of these small wooden huts. There are plentiful guardsmen around in their King Stephen livery, but you're evading them all, and you finally make it to the wash house,
Okay.
where there are clothes hanging up.
Okay. I'll take one last look around and grab as much clothing as I can. Obviously, they're much shorter than us, right? Aren't they shorter in this day and age? So I'll try and get some... Why are you shaking your head?
It's just the level of detail is stunning.
Whatever. I'll grab enough clothes for all of us.
Yeah, I figure the people come in different sizes throughout history.
However, we'll have to keep our trainers on. Or shoes, or whatever modern shoes that we wear. Hopefully they don't look at our feet.
There's plenty of mud around our warrant.
Yep.
Okay, I'll grab the clothes and I'll head back.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask for another roll for that. I think you know the way now.
Right, I've got all this clothing. I'll dump it on the floor.
I guess I'm just going to look to see if he's got anything suitably anonymous looking.
It's all a bit damp.
I didn't realize they had hot pink in this time.
Things I will do for a relatively small paycheck.
I'm hoping there's something fairly voluminous I can put on over my modern clothes.
Yep, the lady's dress that he's picked up is pretty huge.
Yep. And I'm sort of shifting my medical kit stuff into pockets.
I don't know if the pocket was invented yet.
Well, bags, whatever.
Okay.
Drawers.
So now that we're
Yes.
dressed up as a community version of horrible histories, let's sally forth towards the tower.
Right, well, I think Neen is going to have to be the one who does the talking if we get stopped.
Yeah. I mean, can we watch a pattern of people going in and out the castle? Does anyone seem to be stopped or checked, or are people just wandering in and out, tending to business?
People are just walking around.
Let's go see if we can spot where the stone should be.
Take a look around. Awareness, or are we not even in the vicinity yet?
It's not a particularly complicated route to get to the keep.
Okay.
See how it goes.
Yep, there are, however, a pair of guards at the keep itself.
Cool. How are we going to get
Can we-
past that?
Size them up quick just to know if I'm going to have to get into a fight, what am I up against?
People with swords.
Yeah, 2 men with swords.
So are we going to blag our way through or wait to see if we're challenged?
Well, let's walk forward with confidence, see whether we're challenged, then blag to the point where they draw swords, and then unleash Vic.
Okay. I kind of, are we going for the strangers from a foreign land, visiting? Or are
I
we
think
not?
that's kind of where we settled.
Okay.
Just let Nin do the talking and we'll muscle on in the background.
Problem is, we're going to look awfully clean.
As I've been putting mud all over my boots if they show at all. If they don't show, I haven't
I'm
bothered.
just talking about us, our general
Yeah.
appearance.
I don't know about you, but I've got my hood up.
I think what we should do at this point is see how charming Nen is.
Okay.
So she's got no problem speaking their language, of course, but
yeah.
Would one of you like to make a roll on her behalf?
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
will.
Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a charm skill of 5.
Okay. There you go.
So, yep, she is very convincing indeed.
That's a 12 I got, by the way.
Yeah.
For those who can't see.
Yeah, so after a bit of chat, she turns back to the rest of you. Says, you're allowed in, but you should probably make it quick.
Let's do that.
Bonjour. But they understand that.
Let's just go, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Yes, walk very quietly past and nod and
Right, so you find yourself in the Castle Undercroft.
Right.
right. This
So
is
where
where
do
we
we
used to be, wasn't it?
It's so that was where it was underneath the center of the castle.
Okay. Who wants to do the dance?
Do we want to just double check it looks like it's the right place to be? Are there any sort of
Yes.
magical leftovers or any indication of a stone that's missing?
That
What is
sounds
the-
like awareness.
I would be like, what is it?
Yeah, because I'm looking for this too. I want to make sure we get it in the right spot.
What does this place look like with the sight on?
I got a 13 on my awareness.
I got 12. Yeah.
And I got a 7 because apparently I don't notice anything.
I'm not even bothering because I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Yep, those of you who passed, there is a spot where it looks like, it doesn't exactly look like there's anything missing, but it does look like if you were adding an extra stone into this undercroft, that's where you'd put it. And it would blend in nicely.
Right there.
Who's around at the moment?
Currently, just the 4 of you and Nen.
Let's go for it.
I think we should all do the dance.
Is it just the one entrance?
There are other entrances.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm gonna keep on, unless I'm needed for the ceremony, I'm gonna keep an eye on an entrance that Vic isn't keeping an eye on, and hope that if they do come in, they come in through the one with the person who can actually see stuff.
How many entrances are there, Sue?
2.
2. So if Charlie and Vic cover those entrances, then oh god, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Samuel and I will do the dance.
Please tell me the dance is the lambada.
It's an Argentinian tango.
Now, are the doors like, is it just an entryway or is there actually a door on it that we can hold closed?
There's a door at one end, but the other one is just a passageway.
So if we can shut one door, then we can both watch the other one. If we can bar it somehow.
Is there a lock?
Yes, there is.
I'll pick it lock. I'll close it. As in, I'll lock it.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty simple to lock. Locks were a lot less complicated back then.
Did you want me to do a lock picking roll?
No, I think you're good enough at this that you're just going to be able to do it.
Look, I can do it blindfolded, and I'll shut my eyes.
Yeah, let's just do it.
All right. Charlie, can you make sure this door stays closed? I will watch the hallway.
Okay, so I'll stay by the door then to listen for people banging on it and try to force their way through.
Yes. All right, Sam, Kane,
Go for
dance
it.
away.
And and whatever Nen's doing, she can do that as well.
Nen is engaging in a bit of gentle shoving to make you dance in the right place.
Are we doing that? You know, that I can't remember what the dance moves of the Macarena is.
So glad.
I think Sue just made a mental note. Figure out the dance because
So-
they just broke it.
Is there anything we need to particularly do to do the dance, or is it just assumed that we can follow a pattern?
I would like either an art roll or a law roll from each of you.
Oh, I'm gonna do law because fucking the last art I drew a fucking stick figure.
I was going to say art, or my heart was in my mouth.
Yeah.
Art or athletics?
So I think you had a magical theory bonus
got an
you can
eight.
apply here, but you don't need it.
Oh,
Hurrah, both of you rolled 8.
We both rolled 8.
Yeah,
please tell me 8 is successful for this.
It's a close thing, but it's good enough. You've got Nen's assistance.
We're both desperately trying not to dance with each other. I'm just wondering, I'm going, chair of paranormal studies. Chair of paranormal.
Yeah, so after
on,
about
next.
5 minutes of this, you
being
can feel
exhausted.
something change. Nen looks happy.
Can we now run for it, guys?
Excuse me, bloody hell. I've got to unlock the door first, though.
Well, whichever entrance is the quickest way to get to the Postern gate, we're going that way.
Yeah, that will be through the locked door.
Okay,
I'll
you wait.
unlock it
And then we run.
with the giant fucking
Oh,
dog that's probably bigger
Let's
than my head.
walk. Let's just walk. This way we don't draw attention.
Okay, well, we manage. We
Yeah,
we
then
walk for as long as it takes.
We
Nen
we
points
need
out,
purpose.
you've already drawn attention.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a ward stone we put there that's changed the realm.
Yes, you've just drawn an entire ghost realm of intention. I would suggest we run.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are
We
running.
I'm not transforming unless I absolutely have to.
Yes, I assume Sam is opening the door.
Yeah.
If we have time, I'm just taking my voluminous dresses off and sticking to my modern clothes as I scarper.
Yes, good plan. Those dresses are not built for sprinting.
They are not.
Right, so as Sam opens the door, you can see a lot of very angry soldiers are starting to converge on the keep.
I'm working on the run away principle, if at all possible.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
so that
time
will be
to
athletics rolls from everyone.
Oh,
yeah,
bollocks.
God. Can I go for survival? I'm sure that must be relevant somehow. Ugh. I have
All right.
I have jack of all trades, but I do not have any athletics.
All right. So Sue, on this case, I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah.
Could I go first, grab the first guard that is there, lift him up, and kind of use him as a shield and just plow my way through?
That's an interesting plan. We can see how well it works.
Might
Is that an
confuse them
athletics
while we
roll?
all run away.
I figured that would be a good way to plow a path through.
I'm also going to make a roll to see how fast Nen is running.
Right. So is this an athletics roll or is this something else because of what I'm doing?
I think grabbing someone, picking them up and using them as a battering ram is going to be melee.
Gotcha. 13.
How is Nen that? Okay, she did make 8 at least.
Yeah, I think Nen is a bit distracted.
Right.
Yes, what on earth is this guy doing?
Mind you, she's still nippier on her feet than I am.
And it seems to be working though.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got a battering ram.
Yeah, we're just running. We're really not paying that much attention.
I got a 5, Sue, so I'm happy to
Yeah.
spend the 3 will if it to take it up to an 8 if that is what's required.
I
Yep,
got a 5 too, but I was vaguely hoping that the confusion of Vic charging through might be enough to get away with it.
Yeah, I think with that 13, you can help one other person out of here.
Okay. So considering what I'm doing here, would that be leaning on my drive to protect my noob family, my noob pack?
Yep, getting them out of a ghost realm safely
Okay.
would qualify.
Hey,
will.
I'm glad it wasn't just me.
I'm not.
I was going to say, surely it's just advantageous that there are will points sloshing around. How are you doing for will, Neil?
Well, let's just do it as a who does Vic want to help, you or me?
It's going to be I'm going to be helping the person who healed my wound from so long ago. That's going to be Charlie. I've got a very strong sense of loyalty to Charlie.
Okay.
Charlie, come on, move.
I'm moving.
My hands are full. I can't help.
So I'll in that case, I will obviously stumble and slip on my robes and be borne down upon by knights, look around, see up close and personal the workmanship on their armor and swords and the spittle that's coming out of their mouths. And suddenly I will find the hidden reserves of will to get a grip and toss this robe off and go, sorry, coming through. And I will spend my 3 to take it up to an 8.
And so by various methods, you all find yourselves tumbling through the postern gate and all emerge on Black Lion Hill in Northampton.
I put down I tossed the guard aside before we head through.
Probably wise.
With you.
Let's not take angry ghosts with us.
We forgot to leave the watch.
Oh, shame.
That's me
That's what
wallet.
you think. That's what you think.
I'll slam the door shut behind us.
It's
Got the last one through.
Do you need to renew the ward or is it good?
The ward feels solid.
Excellent.
And done. So yeah, I'll just slump down with my back on the postern gate and just like
I'm gonna
realise
look
I'm now just sat in the middle of a street with people like sort of stepping over me.
I'm gonna be looking through all my pictures that I took of the castle while I was in there on my phone, going, the artist's rendition's a bit not right. It's not very accurate.
Maybe you could do better.
Oh, I got it here.
Kane, were you wearing brown pants when we started?
Hush.
Right. So, how do we know it's successful? How do we know that they can't come and
Well, how's Nin feeling? Is she still feeling drawn back to the car park?
That's a good point.
Nen is looking very happy.
Is it okay, Nin? Do you feel like it's gone back to how it should be?
Yeah, everything back in the right place. I was really getting sick of that car park.
It's not the most beautiful bit of Northampton.
It's not my favourite, no.
Don't forget to pop by and have a cup of tea every now and then.
Well, I know where to find you. Well, I'll be on my way.
Thank you.
Seeing you soon.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we look forward to
Fine,
it.
thank you.
Thank you. Well, I guess we need to let the
You do notice
Castellans know.
she's no longer wearing her medieval dress. She's back in her modern clothes.
Right, shall we go back to base, sort ourselves out, and then ring Daniel and let him know that...
Technically, I'm wearing some... I'm still wearing my clothes. The clothes. These are like...
I'm not.
Archaeological artifacts, right?
I think what you're wearing is ghost clothes,
Oh.
which don't entirely exist outside the ghost realm.
Oh. Shit.
See-through clothes.
So I guess it's probably worth popping in to see Brittany to reassure her everything is okay since we're in the car park.
Good idea.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, we'll pop in and see Brittany.
Is there at the exhibition?
We bring her
hello
up
again.
to date.
Right, so all sorted then.
Seems to be.
Of course, we have this slight issue of a non-existent museum exhibit. But I
That's
figure
right.
most
That's
people
right,
aren't going to notice, are they?
I've got some 3D rendered images of the castle. If you'd like that.
Oh, that's exciting.
100% accurate.
And I'm sure that will be very useful for our files. If you could send them over to Alice, she'll be very grateful.
Certainly.
Right.
Some of them even include some
Reenactors.
Reenactors, yeah, dressed in appropriately garb for the time. You know,
Hugely accurate.
Yeah, very accurate.
So I guess back to base, clean all this medieval ghost mud off.
Yeah, type up a quick report for Daniel.
Yeah, report back to our patron perhaps, who's helped us with the Castellans.
Yeah.
Would anyone else go for a pint right about now?
Well,
you know what? I really could.
Let's finish it, and then we'll go have a pint and a packet of
Scampy fries.
Scampy fries.
Maybe a pub lunch as a reward.
Why don't we, just to follow up, let's call tomorrow morning, call the clinic tomorrow morning to check on Becky. Or even if we walk in, we could even pay her a visit tomorrow morning just to see how she's doing. Because remember, we were contracted to help Becky. We don't know that we actually helped her.
I would hope so.
We did something we knew had to be done.
How do we? Yeah, good point. How do we explain it to her? What happened? Swamp gas?
Well, she already sees stuff. We have ascertained this, but we could just. I mean, if she's feeling well, it looks like she was quite happy to believe everything is just, you know, I don't know. I think she'll just be relieved, won't she?
If she isn't getting visited anymore and she can see things, she clearly, even though she doesn't know it has the sight, then if she's not getting visited, that's her side done up. We can't just turn around to Daniel and say, oh, by the way, there was an open ghost domain that we happened to close, because our entire point is leading people away from that sort of thing, not telling them that it actually exists. So we could just say to him that it wasn't, we're almost certain there wasn't any supernatural to do with it, but there have been an awful lot of young tykes around that area playing around with laughing gas and stuff like that, which we already know there have been. And we believe that it may have been the effect of quite a lot of the broken vials that were on the ground around the car park that may have caused a mild hallucination within your sister. Nothing supernatural, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
There we go. Cover story. Brilliant.
You sure you weren't a politician?
In the future, maybe.
So what? So are we heading there tomorrow or today?
Yeah, I reckon we can head there tomorrow. She may even get discharged. I mean, I guess we could phone the hospital again to see how she is, or we can just.
What time of day is it? I mean, was it a minute for minute, or have we been gone for 12 hours?
It seems to have been roughly the same amount of time in and out of the ghost well.
Okay, so it's been a couple hours.
Yeah.
It's not yet lunch, probably, if it was very early morning. It might even still be all day, but it might still be breakfast in the pub time.
So let's
go
call in the morning.
Well, we could go see Becky this afternoon because visiting hours later this afternoon, right? So we'll go see her then, see if everything's fine with her. See if the crazy people stopped showing up. But then again, you've got wards around her, haven't you, as well, which could possibly have prevented them showing up. So, how would we know that she's fine and dandy?
They're not real wards. They're just my making up wards.
What, you do fake magic? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, if we want to go down that route, then what we need to do is we need to go and visit her. We need to I will dispel the wards. We'll leave her for a couple of days. Does she get visited by ghosts? If she doesn't get visited by ghosts, everything's fine. Then we'll hand over the report to Daniel when we've tested that out.
I think that's what we have to do because this is what we were contracted to do.
Yeah. So let's do that.
All right. Cool. I'll stay in the car.
Yes, I will stay away from Becky.
I'll go in again since we were there before.
Also, do we need to be worried about this wizard woman from
I'm guessing
Wales?
we might. I'm not sure going into Wales anytime soon is a good idea.
May
It
not
depends
be today, though.
Yeah, it depends on whether or not Eli has told her about us, or whether he's too embarrassed about the fact that we wrestled her gift off us and he's lost it. Well, he doesn't even know we stole it.
We have to follow up with Eli. We have to do that today.
Well, we could. I guess we could just phone him and say
yes,
we've summoned it.
Don't, because I've already rumbled the plot I've already said, no, that was just students having a student prank.
Yes, but he knows it wasn't a student that nearly killed him.
How would you know? It could be a mature student. Who knows? Sue, do we need to do the bit at the hospital, or does it transpire?
I think since we're fairly short on time, we will just say that you get word from Becky that she's feeling a lot better, and that everything seemed to stop this morning.
Yay!
Excellent news.
Oh, time to go back and type out an enormous invoice for parking at the station.
And petrol.
Yeah, a trip to Cardiff.
And all those snacks that we had to get for the journey from the
It's going to take a little bit of creative accounting if we're claiming that we didn't actually do anything and all we found out.
I'm afraid it is, because of course we never went to Cardiff. We were never there at all. So,
but we did park in the car park quite a lot.
We did park in the car park. There was an awful lot of research that was required and such miscellaneous expenses.
Yeah.
But we will deliver the the message to Daniel that we've dealt with it, and we'll use the kids on laughing gas excuse as the real cover for the story.
Yeah, so whatever Daniel thinks of that particular cover story, you do get paid.
Woohoo!
Yay!
We will eat this month.
And then I guess we send an actual report to our Patreon, right?
Yep.
Patron, yeah. Or maybe we have a Patreon.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got a Patreon.
If you're at a top tier, you get a specially blessed award.
That's it. For only £5 a month, you can have our after action reports. And for £10 a month, you don't have to have that.
And if you don't contribute at all, you get a lecture on the ref.
On research fund.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. And then after we hand our report off, let's go for a pint.
And an all-day breakfast.
For a point, an experience point.
I feel.
I could have an all-day breakfast, or I might have a steak and ale pie.
Well, it's time to turn to page 85.
Hey. I will not be turning to page 85 since my book is not here, but I do remember this is the all-important experience page.
Yeah, so question 1 is, has your character learned something new about the hidden world?
Yeah,
Yes.
ghost films.
Yeah.
I feel I know more about ghost realms, at the very least that time travels at roughly the same speed.
I learned that a ghost makes a really good battering ram.
There is a being called Edwin in Cardiff who is teaching mortals how to use magic.
I suppose that's useful too. I learned how squishy a learning street magician is.
So next question, have you advanced your crew's goal?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've sealed up an active ghost realm.
Yep.
That definitely qualifies. You're not going to get random medieval knights wandering around the streets of Northampton.
We gave a bullshit cover story to the brother.
Yeah.
Have you concluded your current case successfully?
Yes.
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 I was going to
Daniel,
say,
Becky
yes,
are
we
both
concluded it. Were we successful, Sue?
Well,
As far as we're aware, we were successful.
Becky is no longer haunted by medieval night ghosts. So yes.
Yay.
Woo.
And finally, have you learned something new and important about your crew or one of its members?
Yeah, I need to keep our friend Vic under a little bit more of a close leash, let's say.
Hey,
Yes, you've learned how hard he can hit.
I really have, and possibly just needs a little bit of encouragement to hold back a little bit.
I've learned that Dr. Moore likes to think he's right, but he's not always right.
I learned Sam is a hell of a good cat burglar.
Well, we knew that beforehand.
No, I
No,
knew
we
you
knew
were
you said that.
I knew you were caught. We went into that room. We didn't see that anything was there, and then exactly what we were looking for was missing. You're good.
And
Oh, okay.
I've actually done the other way around from Charlie. I've seen all of the times when Vic could have transformed and could have chose violence and instead chose not to, which is rare for a werewolf. And he shows an amazing amount of control, which I didn't expect to see. So I'm quite shocked.
So you can all add on however many XP that was.
4.
So is that 4? Yay.
4?
Which I think means you should all now have enough to have gained another skill point.
That is correct.
So is that when you have 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
It will automatically do it as well. Once you go up to 5,
What?
it will say.
Oh, mine didn't do that. Mine's just quite happily letting me put 6
You need to
experience.
click off the box.
Sorry?
You need to click off the box.
Ah. Oh yeah, look at that. But it's kept my experience the same. Do I need to put it back down to 1 or?
No, just keep it as the total you've achieved.
Oh, okay. So every time it ticks over 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
I think
is
I'll
anyone gonna
decide where to
spend-
put that over the week.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I got no idea what I'm going to do with it.
I might put my art up because I was so successful at drawing a stick figure. Or can we buy traits with it as well? What can we buy with? What can we do with the experience? How does it work? Is it just one
that
for
5
one?
experience just got you 1 skill point, so you can either increase a skill by 1 or you can buy a new speciality.
How do you purchase more traits then?
Those are bought with trait points, and you will get you have the option to buy a trait point when you get to 15 XP.
Oh, okay. Oh, didn't know that.
Odd
Cool.
one as well. Cool.
Well, that's it, isn't it, for the game for this week?
Yep.
I think so.
Right.
Thank you. That was great.
It
So
was
we'll be
excellent.
back
So
Yes.
next week with a
you.
Halloween themed case.
Woohoo.
that's why I was asking, are we all going to dress up? I think it's going to be just me and Sue who attempt to dress up or do something.
I won't be dressing up. I just look like that anyway.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll be dressing up in something. I'll figure it out. It'll have to be something practical because it gets hot in this room. All right. So before we go, let's get Neil. Why don't you give yourself a little shout out? Where can we find you? What can we do with you?
Hi, yes, my name's Neil, and you can find me on Twitter at Vodka Shock, as it says on the Twitch stream. And if you want to read my musings on role-playing or check out any of the games I've designed, you can do that at omnihedron.co.uk.
Thank you. Sue?
You can find me on Twitter or on Blogspot under the name Savage Spiel. And the Blogspot site also has links to the games I've developed.
Cool. Anyone else?
I'm
Right,
good.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not on Twitter or anything, just Discord.
Yeah, don't forget to follow these two if you can. And then my social. If you're not already part of the Discord, do consider joining the Discord. You'll find all these lovely people here. Twitter is where you'll see me post some stuff. Occasionally, I post stuff other than just going live. I do occasionally say stuff. Generally, some mad muttering of some sort or other. If you use Facebook, you can follow the Facebook group. And then if you're watching this on Twitch or listening on the podcast, we do have a YouTube video, a YouTube channel where you can watch the videos, and they go live every Friday. If you're Patreon, they go live on the Tuesday. So they'll be live not tomorrow but the day after. And then if you're watching on YouTube, do consider watching it live. You'll be able to interact with us as we go along, and that's every Sunday. But yeah, as we said, next week is a Halloween special, and we will see you then. Thank you all for playing. Thank you, Sue, very much for running it. It was a pleasure, and we will see you all next time. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye all.
Bye now.
Don't forget, you can support me on Patreon over at patreon.com/JamesCorp, and also get your name here in the credits. I'd like to thank Era Sherpa, Weefs, Orcus Dorcas, Matt Jones, Mike Nudd, Ludovic, Bud's RPG Review, Giuseppe, and J-Wall. Thank you very much for your continued support. Most appreciated. Bye.